Hello, Sterum. What part of it's disturbing? It's just two children being choked. You know, it never fails. I'm like moments from going live and I realize, oh, I need to have an extra link up. I don't have something I need up on my browser that I'm going to need in like 20 minutes. But hi, Jay. Hi, Never. Zyra. Aeon. Starry. Hello. Oh, you guys can hear the game. Oh, that's weird. Let's mute that. How's everybody's week going? I miss stream. I know I said that as in I missed you guys, but I feel like I don't say it enough. I feel like it may have came across that I missed. You missed game? What? What do you mean? No, I just missed stream. But we got stuff to talk about before we actually like play FF. If we even play it. I'm gonna be honest, we might run late. I might run late because I want to get to the Arcadium raids. We're like 8 quests from the end of Dawn Trail. I kind of just want to finish it off. I kind of want to wrap it up and just get to the post Dawn Trail stuff because I feel like I'm behind. And the sooner we get caught up, the sooner we can start New Game Plus. And we can actually get started on the other thing that we've been trying to get started on for months at this point. But no, I hope everybody had a good week. It's been, my power went out 2 days in a row from light rain for about 4 hours at a time. So my week has been kind of annoying because every time the power went out.
Requesting a mother to punch us now.
You don't want to get hit by ERENVILLE'S mom? Also, hi, Evie. God damn it, what was I going to say? Now my train of thought's gone. God damn it, Evie. Shoot. What? Oh yeah, every time I was about to export the YouTube video that went up yesterday, every time it would be rendering and my power went out. What's your infrastructure that goes out from rain? It normally doesn't, but just for some reason, yesterday and the day before, my power went completely out for about 4 hours at a time during a small storm. I don't know what happened. I don't know if someone just like slammed into a telephone pole or what. Also, hi, Mike. Welcome in. You need to get there. Do it for the Arcadian music. I have a confession. I've heard the Honey Be Lovely song. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like it. it's kind of nah. It's not for people that don't know. Here I'll go. Spoilers for Arcadian raid music. I'm just not a fan of this. I just don't think it's that good. I'm sorry. Hold on. Hold on. Let me pull up in my browser so you guys can see it. That way, so there's at least some context to it. Because everybody's freaking out about this song, and I'm not big on it. I'm gonna be honest.
This starlet with a sting, the adorable but deadly, sweet but poisonous.
Tee got your train of thought.
Okay, I don't like that.
Put on a lovely show for the audience. No hard feelings if I kill you.
I'm just not a fan of it. Maybe I just don't like fun music. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of it. It's kind of eh. I'd rather go listen to the Titania theme for the 80th time. Not that one. Honeybee is catchy, but I don't like that either on floor 1 and 4. Okay, I don't even know what that means. I have no idea what that means. Because I'm not there yet. So we'll see what the song sounds like when I get there later. So Dante, what the hell does this mean? I'm just not a big fan of it. Also, I don't want to watch any more of this because I don't want to be spoiled on the mechanics. I haven't seen the fights. I have just seen the little intro thing that we saw at the start, and I've heard the music. I have not seen the fights yet. So I'm going to try to avoid that. Anyway, speaking of spoilers, Squid Games 2 got... Squid Games 2? Wow. Squid Game Season 2 got a teaser trailer. Oh, the Titania theme. It's so good. I love Titania's theme. I love it. It's so good. I love it. Has anybody seen this yet, though? I haven't watched it. I saw it get dropped, I think, yesterday? July 31st? No, 2 days ago. It's been 2 days already. Jesus Christ. This is why it sucks to only stream on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Still have these for 6.0 Alliance raids. Those are the near ones, right? Those are the near songs, right? I haven't, but I don't care for Squid Game. Really? The first one's so good. The first season was cool. It doesn't need a second season. I don't know why they're doing that. I mean, I get why. No, the one with the gods. Oh, I was actually okay. We're gonna derail. You all make this shit hard to edit. Well, I have like 20% share in the responsibility of the derailment, but it's a pain in the ass to edit things down in like segments on this stream because I'll start to talk about it and then we'll jump to something else for 20 minutes. I was actually listening to this like for 2 hours before stream, just on loop. This song is so good. I think the Nalthal theme is my favorite from the 5.0 or 6.0 raids. Here's 5.0. I don't pay attention to patch numbers for this game. Like I will now that we're caught up, but I normally don't pay any attention to it. Like Stormblood feels like it's 2.0 to me. I don't know why. It just does. Because I kind of blend A Realm Reborn and Heaven's Word as 1.0. I don't know why. Quick, mention your favorite Naruto moments, chat. Okay, for real though, my Twitter feed has been just inundated with Naruto fight choreography and people fighting about how much worse it is than like Boku no Hero, which I'm sorry, I'll take a side on this. Studio Pierrot is still one of the best. I probably said that so poorly. Studio Pierrot is probably one of the best choreo studios when they have time and budget and a good production schedule. Naruto fights are just top tier still. Last patch note had a lot of yapping. Kilometric balance changes, I swear to fucking God. We'll get to him. It's working. Look, the stream hasn't started yet because the Squid Games trailer is like 20 seconds long. So, if anything, we haven't started yapping. We're still pre-streaming. Also, you guys are really tiny down there. Hold on, I gotta fix you guys. Where are you? God, this song's so good. If you don't like the Nalthal theme, you just have bad taste. We pray twinfold. Okay, I cannot find stream avatars. There you guys are. You're like really tiny. I need to make you all bigger. Let's bless this land. Saw an older Orochimaru versus Sasuke fight from really early Naruto. Forgot how good it was. They're so good. Okay, you know what? Fucking Mike's right. Hold on. Let me find it. I gotta find the Tsunade Orochimaru fight. There's rubies red. Just coins cast a glow. This song's so good. Bleach Arena fighting game is on the horizon. Thought so. I haven't seen the. I forgot that came out. I'll get the trailer for it up too. We're yapping today. Like I don't really have much of a schedule or notes. Here, here's my notes for today. Here's my here's my notes. Comment on Zeem's video by viewer. The early game doesn't teach enough. Watch the boss moments. And then I have the comment quoted because I want to talk about that. And then it says, watch Bisley video. And then it says, Kamiya wants to do more Okami and Beautiful Joe. Those are my notes for tonight. I have nothing. I have no... I don't really have anything. And for people that don't believe me, hold on. These are my stream notes. I don't have anything really. Beautiful Joe. I never played Beautiful Joe, so if there's another one that comes out and if it's on PC, like we'll definitely check it out because I would love to get my hands into my hands into Beautiful Joe, my teeth into Beautiful Joe. You know what I mean? I want to play the game and maybe see Beautiful Joe. What was I going to Google for you guys? Oh, yeah. Bleach. What was it called? Brave Souls? Hold on. And I was going to try to find that Tsunade fight. I don't even know if I can find it. My Twitter bookmarks are so filled with just random nonsense. Miku figures, art of cats, clips from the bear, FF14 spoilers, people playing with tech decks in their bathroom for some reason. I don't know why I have that bookmarked. Jesus. Anyway, okay. It's yap o'clock right now. It's Friday. It is Friday. If we had a schedule, we'd be doing it wrong. What schedule? Itinerary? What's it called? A docket? What do podcast people call it? You can emulate it. The original PS2 version allows you to play as Dante DMC if you beat the game. Ooh. Oh, yeah, we could emulate it. Isn't it just like a little, isn't it like a hybrid beat 'em up game? Because I always felt like Beautiful Joe was this weird precursor or predecessor of, no, precursor's the word. I always took Beautiful Joe as this precursor to Wonderful 101, if anybody knows that game. That game on the Wii U that like 8 people played. I never played Wonderful 101. I didn't own a Wii U, so I couldn't. Why am I so far down? Also, you guys can barely see my hands. Like I'm using my hands, and you guys can't see them. We pray, twinkle. 2.5D beat 'em up. That could be fun. I don't know if it'd be like a main channel thing, but we could take a look at it. Because I have some stuff IRL that I'm like working on right now, so I really want to start using the alt channel again proper, but I just don't have the free time right now probably, and I don't want to like commit to something and then like have to interrupt it for a few weeks. I don't know if I can even find this. doing Heaven's Sword raids finally. Gears Pretty might want to snatch a casting hat from Weeping City of Macaque. Macaque Donald's. You can check out the Dante, gameplay. We might. We could. I did see that Katoa Shoujo is coming to Steam, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm tempted to play it on stream. I don't know if anybody knows what Katoa Shoujo is. I'm sure some people do. I'm really tempted to play it at some point, either on the alt channel or the main channel. Because I played it before. I know what Katoa Shoujo is. I played it a long time ago, like back whenever it first just appeared on 4chan, way back when. Sounds familiar? For people who don't know what Katoa Shoujo is a visual novel that was somehow, I don't know what stars aligned to allow this. It was created by a bunch of people on, I don't think it was /A. I think it was, I don't know what the visual novel board is on 4chan, but a bunch of people on 4chan got together and made a visual novel, and it's actually not terrible. So, granted, I haven't played it since I was like 10 years younger. It's been a long time. It's been a very long time. Where? There it is. There it is. Is there a way to just open a YouTube video like by itself? Nah, it doesn't work. See, I told you I'd find it. All right. We're going to derail really hard for just a moment. Speaking of early Naruto, though, to cut back to this, if you're watching the YouTube side, this probably is going to get completely nuked. Why are you all up above the ground? Stop it. You need to be on the floor. But no, the Orochimaru Sasuke fight's really good, but the Orochimaru Tsunade fight. And yes, this is the dub. I like the Naruto dub. You can actually hate me. I will accept it. I will accept your loathing and your detestment. Oh, it's not the dub. Never mind. I miss like early Shippuden fights, and I miss late OG Naruto fights. You dub. Gross. I love the Naruto dub. It's actually really good. Are any of the Naruto movies free on YouTube? We could just like full send a watch party night on Twitch and just not archive the VOD. Are they? I know the Inuyasha movies are. Because I'd love to do Inuyasha, but I don't think a lot of people here know Inuyasha. God, the Tsunade Orochimaru fight's so good. There was so much build up to this. If you don't know the context, I'm not gonna like give it to you. There was so much build up to hunting down Orochimaru and so much riding on that little fight of theirs there. I loved it. Oh my god. Probably. Naruto the Last would be really good. The last Naruto movie was really solid. Which is really confusing because they called it Naruto the Last, I believe. Anyway, though, cut back to actual content that we were going to talk about. I have no idea if this is going to be good or not. This does not need a sequel, in my opinion. But I'm always up for more fun like death games. I know Inuyasha's PS2 RPG you might like. Ooh. I love Inuyasha. I need to like sit down and watch it proper, but I haven't. That's all they're showing? I thought they'd show more than that. Okay, well, I can't really say anything about it now. I'm not like a big Squid Games conspiracy YouTuber. So I don't know if there's anything in the background to pick up on. Didn't his brother die at the end of the first one or no? Does anyone remember? I just remember he dyed his hair red and then came back. Oh, Squid Game. I like the first season. I don't think it needs a season 2 though. I'm going to be honest. I feel like the cliffhanger of him going back is fun enough canonically. Anyway, I haven't watched it. It's good. I like the first Squid Game. It's fun. Especially if you don't know anything.
Content Farm's about to go crazy with this.
Content farms are still wild to me as things. I still don't understand them. Oh well though. Oh my god. I don't know. No idea. I got a few episodes and then stopped watching. Wasn't in the right headspace for it at the time and never got back around to it. If you ever are in the right headspace, you should check it out. If you like a thriller, anyway. I think it's it's weird. I'm super burnt out on death game anime because there's one every season at minimum. At most, there's like 4 usually. And I'm just completely burnt out on death game stories because they're all kind of the same. Squid Games was fun though because it did put a little bit of an interesting twist on it where you get to episode 3 or 4 and the game ends and you go, wait, that was it? That was the whole game? And then they get invited back to make more money. And it then becomes this weird little commentary on greed and what people are willing to do just for monetary gain and status, which I don't care about that. I'm a Saw fan from way back, specifically before like every Saw movie pre I think 4 I think is good as like a fun either. Saw 1 is one of the best plot twists, just period. It's a really good drama and really good thriller. Saw 2 was written as a different movie, but it's still just kind of a goofy, over the top, like not torture porn, but gore fest type movie. And I barely remember Saw 3, but I don't remember hating it. And then Saw 4 is when I started to get a little like, yeah, these are just, they're kind of losing the fun of it, and it's just becoming about torture porn at this point, and I'm not like super big into it. Because if I was, I would have been into the Hostel movies, and I was never into the Hostel movies. I'm not big on thrillers, but from what I did see, it was solid. Speaking of anime, I'm hunting for new Rex. I'm still so far behind on anime this season. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. If you want a good rom-com that I would recommend, go watch the reboot of... Wow, I almost said Suicide No Grimgar. That is not a rom-com. That is not a rom-com. Suicide No Grimgar is a complete isekai, right? Isekai? What is wrong with me? Can we like restart? I'm having a stroke. Isekai. Oh my god. Okay. No, Zyra, if you're looking for, what are you looking for? I have a recommend that I always give to everybody if they're into, what would I describe it as? Like, it's a fantasy. It's like it's like about magic, and I don't want to spoil anything about it. Go watch the Ancient Magus Bride if you haven't ever seen it. But if you're gonna watch the Ancient Magus Bride, you need to go watch the 3 OVAs that came out first a year before the main anime called Those Awaiting a Star. It's super good. Highly recommend it. It's gorgeous. I promise you'll enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, money back guarantee. But I highly recommend it. But this one you should watch first. Can I just like play the trailer? That was loud. Oh my god. That was really loud. Does this have subtitles? I don't know if this has subtitles. These are auto-generated. Do not watch Re Monster. It's worse than redo of a healer. I don't know what that is. I know what redo of healer is. You know, I'm just gonna let this speak for itself. Did I just get logged out for an activity? I was here, goddammit! You took away my background, FF14. God damn it. Oops. Okay, whatever. We can use that as the background. That's fine. There's no subtitles, damn it. Whatever. If any of this art looks pretty to you, go watch Ancient Magus Bride. Go watch it. I don't care where you watch it, but watch the OVAs first and then go watch the main series. This story has made me cry so many times. I'm not going to spoil anything about it. Other than the music is gorgeous. The art's great. All the VAs nail it. Just get ready to cry, because I was bawling by the end of the 3 OVAs. But it's so good. I need to rewatch this. Would you guys be mad if we do just Ancient Magus Bride in the Discord? Would you guys be mad if we just watched it in the Discord? Somebody kicked Weld. Sure, we'll do. Add it to the list. I'll give anything a shot. It's so good. You know what? Here, we're doing this again. I don't. Whatever. I just here. If the OP doesn't win you over, I have no words for you. I'd be mad. I demand absolutely no community nights or interactions. Song is so good. Well, if you watch the Sonic 2 movie you promised. I know. I'm sorry. I've been really busy. I'll explain like what I'm able. But just IRL stuff's been very busy. Ugh. Go watch this. If you want like one of the most beautiful anime of the last decade, go watch this. Also, Juna, the vocalist for this, I think she sung this song when she was 16. Like, she came out of the gate swinging. Song is so pretty. We'll do the Sonic 2 movie though, I promise. Man, they're showing scenes I can't watch. I'm gonna cry again. I'm gonna cry again. I love Magus Bride. It might be my the way I always describe it to people is as a Harry Potter fan, I always would wanted an anime that captured what Sorcerer's Stone captured, which was like that world of whimsy and just wildness that goes on alongside normal everyday life. And Magus Bride does it, but Magus Bride does it in such a mature way where there are so many background stories going on that end in the most brutalistic fairy tale, like Grimm's fairy tales fashion. And the writing will just stare at you and go, no, this is the way the world that we're in works, and you're going to have to deal with this. And it sucks, and it's unfair, and it's dark, and it's gritty, but there's happiness everywhere still. It's so good. I love Magus Bride. And the manga is beautiful, so go read it if you don't want to watch the anime. I watched up to season 2 on that one and stopped. Wait, which one? I'm curious, Jay. We'll keep those in mind. Going through Elfen Lied. I love Elfen Lied! But before people worry, loved Akira. Absolute sucker for Ghost in the Shell too. Never seen Akira, and I've never seen Ghost in the Shell. I'm a horrible anime fan. I know. I've never seen Evangelion either. Magus Bride? See, it doesn't have a season 3, so I think you stopped as far as you can go. Yeah, season 2. There's part 2, but I don't think that's broadcast yet. Oh, it did. Never mind. They did split core. Okay. I've watched Elfen Lied when I was 8. Never's me. I came across Elfen Lied when I was like 12. And if you've watched Elfen Lied, you know why that's wild. Kira's a classic, so is Ghost in the Shell. I recommend Psychopass and Ergo Proxy. I'm going to recommend Psychopass, even though I don't like it, because I got about 4 episodes in and I hated every second of it, but I totally get why people like Psychopass. I get why people like it. I couldn't stand the writing. It just was too predictable for me. Kind of fucked me up, I guess. I mean, I'm moderately well adjusted. I mean, I watched Elfen Lied when I was really young, and I used to watch the Saw movies when I was really young too. So, I mean, I'm moderately well adjusted. If I turned out okay, I'm sure you're fine. Now I want to just listen to the Magus Bride OST. You guys got me like... Y'all got me like just pining for this now. Eureka 7 was a nice mecha anime. Go watch this. Stop watching the stream, actually. Just go watch Magus Bride right now. Come back. We'll still be live if you do the 3 OVAs right now. Go watch 3 OVAs. Come back. Tell me what you thought. Share your experience with chat. Wait, is this spoilers? Okay, good. No. Oh my god, it's so good. I never watched Eureka 7. I completely just dodged it. It was on Adult Swim, but I... So what I would do... Okay, bye, y'all. So what I would do is I would watch, I think, Futurama, and then Toonami would come on. And then I'd watch... I think I'd watch Bleach. And then I'd watch Inuyasha. And then, like, Eureka 7 would come on, and I would turn it off because I didn't like it. And then Big O would come on at, like, 4 a.m., and sometimes I'd watch that. Eureka 7 was good, unlocking a lot of memories now. I'm sure it's great. I'm just not big on it. And I need something for when grinding mats and scripts to pentameld. I need to learn how to do melding in FF. I don't know anything about what that involves. And that one time my sister and I stayed up until midnight and watched one of the Bleach movies with zero context. Wait, was it the Rukia rescue movie? Where Rukia was like nailed to that weird little cross thing? And there was the whole little arc of Ichigo sacrificing his Soul Eater powers so he could save Rukia. Was it that one? If it was that one, that's a good movie. That one's a good movie. That one's fun. I know a lot of people hate on it, but that arc was really fun. I liked it. Big O and Gundam Wings are great too. Never watched Gundam Wings. It's weird. I enjoyed Big O, but like I still don't like Mecha. But I think I liked Big O because of its art style. No, it was the one with the ice guy. Okay, I'm going to turn this off before we get like fully nuked. Big O anime opening. What was the OP for Big O? Did it have an opening? Oh, it did. Is there nudity in this? You know, this is old anime. Hold on. I don't trust this. I don't, and it's Sunrise. I don't trust this. Hold on. This is mecha too. There's no, like there shouldn't be nudity in this, right? Yeah, no, there's not. Any press for OG Spice and Wolf is very cozy. Never seen OG. I started and still need to finish the new like reboot or remake, which has been really good so far. Is it really? Is it just big O, big O, big O over and over again? Hold on. Yeah, I always like this show's art style. It reminded me of like an anime doing a Western comic book art style and still, you know, maintaining its identity. Can I hold on? Big O anime. What would you call it? Summoning? I like how. I want to get to the. I want to see a scene where he yells "Big O" and he like calls on the mech. No, it's no. Calling mech. Like I don't know how we would find this. Big O, it's showtime.
Now, Big O, it's showtime.
It's the dub too. There we go. Now we're in it. Oh man.
There it is now.
What are you? Man, I see why people are like into mecha. I do. I do. I get it. Something about it just doesn't grab me though. I don't know why. Make hilariously petty change in the first episode. What do you mean? Are you talking about the Spice and Wolf reboot or remake? I haven't seen the original, so just coming from someone who's watching the remake with no context, I think they're doing a fantastic job. The only thing I am about is I see Phoenix, right? It's the study music playlist we always listen to. The only thing about it that I don't think they nailed is I prefer Hollow's design in the original versus the remake, just because I'm a bigger fan of how strong her features are versus in the remaster or whatever, the remake. Granted, the remake looks more like the visual novel Hollow, so I get it, but at the same time, Big O's definitely a favorite. They're doing a good job, but there are differences because Hollow is the narrator this time around. Oh, so Lawrence was the narrator in the original, I'm assuming then. I kind of like Hollow being the narrator more because I thought it was really fun that they opened this. Spoilers for the Spice and Wolf reboot. I thought it was really fun that there was no narrator for the OG. I still like the decision to have Hollow as a narrator then, because I thought it was really cute that they opened with her telling their kid a story. I thought that was really cool. And I will say, I wish they would cut back to that, kind of like in The Princess Bride, how they would cut back to the grandpa telling the story to the kid every now and then. I wish they would have kept doing that. I don't know if they do. I'm only like 4 episodes in, so maybe they do, and I haven't seen it yet. But yeah. Anyway, if you want another recommendation, or if anyone's looking for like a fun rom-com, what is it called? Hold on. I think it was last season. We're in fall, right? I think it aired in spring. I think it was the second season because it like continued in spring. Yeah, Urusei Yatsura or Yatsuda. Highly recommend Urusei. Very, very fun. Doing a really solid job of adapting one of the most popular rom-com series just of all time. Also, or not. Well, what I say? Adapting, readapting for like a more not modern audience, but a more modern style of anime. So like all the jokes are still there and everything, but the art style has been handled really well, to be honest. I really love Urusei Yatsura's art style. Hey, oh, hi Wing, welcome in. How's your week been? We are just yapping. I can love Apple TV Plus. Hi Zen, been a minute. How you doing, dude? I'm excited for Ranma half remake, but I'm dreading the brain dead takes from the new queer generation. I mean, if they keep Ranma faithful, there's going to be a lot of just dumb, ignorant bullshit that's being spouted on Twitter. And here's my opinion on it all. Stop going on Twitter. Like, just honestly, or curate your feed to the point where it is almost impossible for the algorithm to just send you shit that makes you irritated or just annoyed. Because I uninstalled Twitter last year. Yeah. The only reason I do not uninstall it is because I use it to keep up with some things for some very specific people. But I have also curated my feed to the point where if, like, for example, my Twitter feed right now, if I open it on my phone, it is something about Phase Connect, which I don't care about. Some anime memes. Lalafel's dancing with Loporits. And Muppets. Like, my feed right now is, I have curated my feed as hard as I can to just not see anything that makes me annoyed. Because the moment you engage with anything that is obviously bait or negative, the algorithm is going to try to push it to you more. Remember Ranma half doesn't, and it doesn't need a remake. I think it's a good idea to bring it up into new viewers, and I'm going to say they shouldn't change really much of anything. They should let it be the product of its time that it was. And the reason I say they should also just bring it forward is because Urusei Yatsura was written by Rumiko Takahashi, who, if you guys don't know, is like one of the most wealthy mangaka in Japan. But she made Urusei, she did fucking Ranma, and she did Inuyasha. So if you were a fan of, where is it? No, I want the manga. Yeah. So if you were a fan of like Inuyasha's art and Inuyasha's story and the way that it was kind of delivered and all of these things, and it influenced your taste on rom-coms and things, you can thank this woman right here. Wearing a Def Jam shirt. I love Rumiko. It's a bunch of outdated jokes they could cut or should cut, but overall keep Ranma themselves the same. I mean, I'm on the side of, if they're bringing it forward, just present the art as it was, and if it makes someone uncomfortable, they're fully justified in not reading, watching, partaking in it. And at most, just put a little notice at the start that says like, hey, some of the sensibilities have changed since then. These jokes were made at times when sensibilities were different. Some of them might be uncomfortable at this point, but regardless, I don't think it'll be a bad remake. Doesn't matter if they change anything or not. What I'm saying when I say that is not, it doesn't matter if they change it or not, as in it will have an impact on anything negative regarding the remake. Societally, like how it will be received, sure, it'll have an impact, but on like the quality of it, I don't think it'll swing either way, which I guess you could use as a counter argument to me to say, well, if it won't matter anyway, then they should just make the change. But anytime I argue for keeping art the same whenever you're bringing it into the modern era, it's the principle of the matter, and it's like a philosophy thing for me, which is the past existed and it was flawed and some of it was bad. But modifying art just to kind of sweep that those sensibilities used to exist in that form under the rug, I think is kind of dumb. And I'm trying to form this thought off the top of my head, so it's probably not coming out as well as it could. But rated O for outdated. Yeah, some of the jokes are outdated. I'm sure they are. There are jokes in Urusei that are just kind of like, even like, I'm a huge anime fan. I love rom-coms and things, and I love the goofiness that anime allows with rom-coms. And there's plenty of jokes that made me just kind of go like, it doesn't land like it used to. Art doesn't have to represent societal expectations, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, it just, if it's art that doesn't represent like your philosophies or your moral alignments or your beliefs, you don't have to partake in it. Granted, there are extremes that you can pull up, but I'm not talking about the extremes. Just make another anime, leave Ranma half alone. I don't think there's a problem with remaking it if they do it well. Because Urusei is an old anime that it was done. It was really solid. And then they're doing a remaster and they fucking nailed it. Urusei looks great. I love it. It's funny. It's charming. Like, it's got some really sweet moments. But I haven't seen anything from the Ranma remake. Is there a trailer out for the Ranma remake? Because it's being done by David Production, right? Who is doing it? Oh, Map is doing it. Hold on, I'm gonna check this to make sure there's like no nudity in it. Oh my god, stop being so loud. No. No, that's fine. Yeah, all this should be fine for Twitch. Well, like, if anything happens, we just pretend we didn't see anything, okay? Animes don't need remakes, just saying. I mean, sure. I don't disagree. You got to let me think about that one. I don't have a response to that other than I don't disagree. However, I'd rather watch Urusei 2020 than the OG. I will say that. I that's at least that's where I am in my head. I never watched Ranma 1/2 either, so for people like me, this is a good way to rewatch it, or not rewatch it, but like see it. I'm so glad they're keeping the old art style.
I just took notice of the new mobile Twitch UI. Why the fuck even change IT? It was fine for God's sake, Sunny 26 cry.
Wait, is it bad now? I haven't seen it yet. Is it bad? This will be fun. I'm up for this. This will be fun. They're doing the same thing they did with Urusei, where they kept the art style the same. Watch OG Ranma half. Why though? Wow, you could tell. I don't know if it's just a Rumiko thing, but boy, all of the characters saying the MC's name. That is, that's the same thing at Urusei. Hold on, let me find the first Urusei trailer. me find the trailer for Urusei Yatsura. No, is this the... Yeah, this is the original. Why do you have... Stop it. You're re-uploading this. Man, Urusei was so much fun. I can't recommend it enough. It was so much fun. And the OP was really catchy. Notice the girl Rama's hair is less red and more pink. This still has one of my favorite jokes. And I probably can't, like, show it with it being funny. I probably can't show it because it's not that it's inappropriate for Twitch, just you need context for it. But if you've watched it, if anyone who has seen the Urusei anime, it's the shot where he looks out his window and there's a helicopter reporting on his house, and the helicopter just vanishes into another dimension. It's there for a frame and then it's gone for a frame, and that's the whole joke. I mean, if the creator's on board, then go ahead. Also, public domain is the thing; it'll happen eventually. Well, it's a situation of there's old anime that are either hard to find and they're not available to watch, or it's just an accessibility thing. As much as I hate saying this, some shows that are 4x3 like just don't they don't work as well as you would think they would, and it's kind of like One Piece. Like going back to watch old One Piece, I don't know. I'm not big on 4x3 One Piece. And Wit is doing a remaster of One Piece already to kind of consolidate it without all of the filler and keep it in a 16:9 format so it's more easily consumable. Like I said, I don't disagree that anime doesn't need remakes. However, I think they have some kind of place. I don't want to see an anime from 2014 get a remake, is I guess what I'm saying. Because then it's obviously just a money grab. That's all it is. Granted, unless we're talking about a Full Metal Alchemist situation where it's, the original anime had an anime original ending because the manga wasn't done yet. And then like 8 years later, they decided to redo it and follow the manga more closely. And then we got a Brotherhood. So true, some anime can't be found online anymore. They can't. There's a list of lost anime. I don't know if I can find it, though. Man, Urusei looks so good. I love the art style. I love how they were able to bring it into the modern era. It's so pretty. And the dub will be good. Well, remakes will be dubbed for sure, so as a dub Chad, I support it, I guess. Instead of 90s tier. What's even about the trailer doesn't tell me. It's just a rom-com. It's the same kind of energy that like Ranma has because it's written by the same person. Essentially, I don't even know how to describe Urusei because it is this simple. There's a main character called Ataru he's kind of a piece of shit. He's a womanizer. he's aggressively like randomly sexist is how I'll describe him, and randomly misogynistic, but he like the point of it is he always gets his comeuppance, and aliens invade Earth. Loom, the main love interest, challenges him to a game of tag that goes on for 3 or 4 days. He wins by being a bit of a skis ball. And then they are essentially placed into this weird, forced but not forced, and constantly on indefinite hiatus arranged marriage. So you just follow them around for like 300 chapters. And you just watch their shenanigans, and you watch Loom be Loom and electrocute him every time he's a bit of a piece of shit. And you meet all these other wacky characters. It's just a rom-com. It's not anything deep. It's not super poignant about anything. It's just meant for fun. It's a good time. I like it. I think it's hilarious. A woman. I need to find that list of a bunch of old anime that are kind of lost media at this point, because there are a bunch of them. I just don't know which ones they were. But no, anyway, that's it for Cell's anime recommends. I mean, I have plenty of others. My anime list is on the Discord. It's in the anime channel. It's pinned. So if you're curious of like what all I've watched and how I rank things, you can just find it there. Anything that is a slice of life that is above an 8 or above, I think is a must watch. What's my fave anime? Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, because it's done. If it sticks its landing, Made in Abyss will be my favorite story. My favorite shonen that's actually like a seinen that pretends to be a shonen is probably Blue Exorcist or Ano Exorcist. I love Blue Exorcist. You know what? I dropped Dungeon Mastery. Hold on, I need to get rid of this. Dragon Ball Z. Never seen Dragon Ball. I don't know anything about it. I don't know what, like... You know, my favorite anime might be... If I had to think about it. Like, if you gave me time to think about it, my favorite anime might be Mushishi. Mushishi's so good. I think it follows all of my sentiments for what makes a good story and what makes like a good character arc for the main character. I love Mushishi. And it has a damn good OP. For people that don't know Mushishi's OP, it's a song by Ali Kerr called the Swordfeet song. Love Mushishi's OP. I want season 1. I want the OG. I want the OG. No, I don't want season 2. I want the OG. Is this the OG? This looks like season 2. Yeah, this is season 2. This is what I want. I want season 1's OP. Does it just not exist? Really? Does it just not... Am I going to have to go to some, like, Daily Motion page? I'm going to have to go dig into the archives of Vimo. What's it called? Vivo. Man, come on. How does this not exist? Boo. Hold on. I got us. I got us. At least I think I got us. Hold on. Let me verify. All right. I have verified. Let me randomly pull open... Oh, you suck. Really? I can't do it with that file format? Okay, well. I'll just play it this way. And I'll just let this play. Go watch Mushishi, though. If you want a very slow burn that'll put you to sleep and at random moments wake you way back up whenever all the stakes just collide at once. I love Mushishi. 10,000 miles to see you. Dragon Ball is better than BDZ? What is BDZ? Or DBZ? Dragon Ball's too long. I'd rather get into One Piece than Dragon Ball. I feel like Dragon Ball has more content than One Piece does. I don't know where to start with Dragon Ball. We're talking about Z. OG Dragon Ball has this charm. I feel like OG Dragon Ball's short. I mean, what's the like? I've never seen anything from Dragon Ball that makes me interested. Like ever. I have yet to see anything that gets me interested. How is the season 1 OP not? Whatever. It's like a background of a wheat field waving in the wind. It's nothing fancy. The art style and the legacy. Okay. Well, you know, maybe Dragon Ball should get a remake so that I don't have to look at the bad art style. Maybe it should get a remake so it's more accessible to people like me. It's just a thought. Just a thought. Dragon Ball, not DBZ. It's basically an anime about the Monkey King. Oh, okay. You're selling me a little bit. I do love the story Odyssey to the West. Or Journey to the West. You can play Kakarot. All I know about Kakarot is the old Oni cartoon of like, Captain Carrot Cake. Or whatever he said. That's all I know. I don't know anything about Kakarot. I don't know who... I barely know who Vegeta is. I don't know who Kakarot is. I only know... What's his name? Piccolo? He's like the green one? I promise I am an anime fan. OG Dragon Ball is inspired by Journey to the West. See, that might have me interested because I love Journey to the West. I actually would love to play Enslaved Odyssey to the West at some point on stream because it's a short game. We could do it in like 2 days, or 2 streams. But the problem is, it's one of those games that I just want to share. It's not something I want to talk over a whole lot. And you know what? I might see if I can get someone for a collab for that one. Because Odyssey to the West is good, and there's so much to talk about, but if I'm just by myself, I'm honestly just going to sit there and gush about the game instead of having like a conversation. So maybe I'll get someone for that one. That could be fun. I don't know. Why you should watch Dragon Ball. Here, what if we just watch one of these? 2 years ago, the entire story of Dragon Ball. Can I watch this? Will this spoil too much?
Hi? This is Akira Toriyama. He's a millionaire because he made a Japanese comic with poop jokes. You know what millionaires like? Money. Time to do it again, he says, with a cigar in his mouth, probably. You know Journey to the West? Yeah? I'm going to make that. Okay, just change it up a little. So
do we watch this? Maybe read us the story. I don't think I have the voice to do like a reading. I'm gonna be honest. I actually, before I started streaming and everything, there was a while where I was like, I'm gonna take my crack at this does not exist. I never did this anywhere, so don't get your hopes up. I was like, I'm gonna take a crack at just maybe narrating creepypastas because I love scary stories. Bullshit, your voice isn't grating. That's not what I mean. I don't think my voice has the like sultry tones that people like whenever you are listening to an audiobook. I feel like I'm more of a... All right, guys, today we're going to learn about wide area networks, and I'm going to teach you about TCP and UDP protocols. AKA nerd shit. Rip to the Ultimate Legend. Yeah, rip Akira Toriyama. I never read Dragon Ball, but like I was struggling with talking about that on stream back when he passed.
So Toriyama made Dragon Boy. Dragon Boy. It's like the Steam Early Access version of Dragon Ball. It goes pretty well. Make it a series. Okay, Dragon Ball starts. Goku is introduced. He meets a selfish girl. She tries to yoink his dead grandpa's Dragon Ball. He says swipe or no swipe.
What are the Dragon Balls, by the way? I mean, a new approach is always worth it. Yeah, but like, I don't know. I don't want to look. Here's the thing. I don't want to accidentally open up a Pandora's box that is ASMR arc that does really well for some reason, and then also in the same breath go, I hate ASMR. It makes my back hurt. I can't handle it. If you like ASMR, you're a weirdo. There was a line of monks in Ul'dah when he died. Yeah, I saw. Dragon Balls that summon a wish-granting dragon. Wait, hold on. Are there dragons in Dragon Ball? I've literally never seen a dragon in this story. Hold on. What? Are there dragons in Dragon Ball? Or are they like mythological creatures that don't exist?
And
just the one?
To go with her for some reason.
Who's the
They meet
one?
A turtle. Selfish girl is selfish. Goku has a pure heart. Time to help the turtle. Meet the turtle hermit. Goku gets a magic cloud. Bulma gets a Dragon Ball. Doesn't matter how she got it. We're moving on. Meet a shape-shifting pig. He joins the team. Meet a desert bandit.
Okay, I'm kind of actually getting intrigued just on this alone. Not even a minute in. I'm kind of intrigued about this. Just a little bit. I'm a little intrigued. ASMR is weird. Only losers like it. Same goes for VTubers. Well, good thing I'm not a VTuber. But like multiple of him. What's the dragon even look like in Dragon Ball? Is that a spoiler if I look it up? Am I looking up like Hraesvelgar? Dragon Ball Dragon. I have never seen this thing. You actually look like that? My hair is about this long. So results may vary. I've never seen this thing. Oh my god. Cool, I guess. I've never seen this. This is how little I know of Dragon Ball. Not a spoiler. He's on the cover of the first volume. Is he? Hold on. Dragon Ball. So you dodged the Dragon Ball cover, Dragon Ball train perfectly. I've done the same thing I did with Evangelion. I don't know anything about Evangelion. I didn't even know aliens were a part of Evangelion until fucking Pongu spoiled it for me by letting it slip during chat in VC one day. I had no idea aliens were even a part of it. Oh my god, it is. I never noticed this. I don't think I've ever seen this. I've never seen this cover. I also completely dodged Akira's plot. I didn't know there were like space rail guns in Akira. I thought it was just like a guy on a bike. Add Dragon Ball to your watch list. Ugh, that's too long. I'm never gonna get to that. Do you know how long Dragon Ball is? Oh my god. How long is Dragon Ball? This is gonna be too long. You guys are crazy. 153. I'll just go watch Naruto again. 153 episodes? Wait, there are aliens in Evangelion? I'm sorry if I spoiled that for you. Just watch the first 50 or so episodes. It gets boring after the time skip. Hold on, there's a character called Lunch. Lunch is Buten Roshi's housemaid. Wait, there's depression in Evangelion. All I know about Evangelion is literally the get in the robot Shinji meme. And everyone clapping and like... Man, I hate that my tracker won't pick up both my hands when I'm clapping. That like scene where they're all clapping around him though. Watch Dragon Ball Kai. It's the updated version. Cuts the filler and sticks to the manga. You know what? It sounds like Dragon Ball could use a proper... Wait, is Dragon Ball Kai official? Before I just eat my words. Oh my god, it is. 97 episodes. That's so long. I could go watch Death Note. Evangelion overrated? True. I don't think it's overrated. I know that was more of a facetious comment, but it's a good question. I don't think it's overrated. I think it's just... You know, I think Gurren Lagann is in more danger of being overrated than Evangelion is. Because if you're not into Gurren Lagann's wackiness, and by that I mean if you're not into well, all the people that moved from Gainax to form Trigger, if you're not into their batshit levels of insanity, you might not like Gurren Lagann. If you're not cool with Kamina pulling a katana out and it just keeps getting longer, because why not? You might not like Gurren Lagann. It's official, but One Piece is 1K episodes. Because spiral power, dummy. I love Gurren Lagann. Oh my god. It's so good. It's so good. Have you guys seen the mecha size comparison video? We're not gonna watch it. Anime mecha size have you guys seen like the size comparison video? From a long time ago. I think it's this one. Is it this one? Yeah. 7 million. Oh, he's gonna have his own music going for this probably. Recently watched Dungeon Meshi. Thought the premise was stupid. My god, it's fucking genius. I got bored with Dungeon Meshi. I got like 8 episodes in and like... No, wait. How many episodes did I get? My MAL, for anyone watching this on YouTube, I don't update that enough. I know it's at episode 3. We got farther than 3. We got like 6 episodes in and we were just getting bored, which is annoying because everything we read about it and the premise and everything grabbed us, but we were just kind of getting bored while watching it. It's cool. I thought it was fun. And I will always love the FF player base for, do I have this picture still? I don't know if I still have this. It's on my phone. Oh no. No, where is it? There it is. I'll always love the FF player base for just photoshopping Yoshi P into Chillchuck. This is still the best thing to come out of that live letter. If you don't know who Chillchuck is, Chillchuck is... Man, he really does look like Yoshi P. They did him so dirty. Chillchuck is a halfling from Dungeon Meshi who is who's a specialist at traps. So I guess he's a rogue. They did him so fucking dirty though. He really does look like Chillchuck. Oh my god. This had me in tears the first time I saw it. It has me in tears now. Dungeon Meshi manga is absolutely 100% better than the anime. Yeah, I feel like the manga helps the pacing be slower. He's also 30, so it checks out. He's got the same hair though, man. So dirty to make him Chillchuck. Anyway. Like, all I need to do to sum up Gurren Lagann. So this is the mecha at the start of Gurren Lagann, right? And then if we just go through, we're just gonna go through. So hold on, this was what? 1.5 meters tall. We're just gonna look at Gurren Lagann's wackiness really quick. If we just go through, where's the next form of Gurren Lagann? Where is it? How much bigger is regular Gurren Lagann? Really? Theresia is like 80 meters. No one's gonna know what the fuck that's from. If you didn't watch Darling in the Franxx, which I don't recommend after episode 16, it's not good. Where are you? Isn't it as big as the universe? The main version... Or not main version, like the biggest version. Okay, we missed it. Man. You know what? you need to have timestamps. Whoever made this, you need to put timestamps so I can find the mechas I want to find. Because you're bumming me out. I'm looking for one robot. One specific one. And he's just not here. Unless they parked him in front of these. Watch the whole video. Fine, fine. It's 10 minutes if you guys want to. Here, what if I do this? Can I play it faster though? Well, we go 2 times speed. Why is Linguini here? Okay, we're gonna cover that up and go back to this. Why is Linguini here? Yeah, pacing's way better. Dungeon Messy seems like something that would go over in your head better if you just read it. Linguini's a mech. Oh yeah, he is. I didn't think about that. He literally is. Must delay FF14 as long as I can. It's a yap day. We're not. Oh, there it is. There. Okay. So 1.5 meters and then to 5 meters for Gurren Lagann. Not the hugest. But like Zen said, at the end of Gurren Lagann, it is universe sized. Why is it in the FF14 category, huh? Because we're technically playing it. Like, I'm an FF14 streamer, okay? We're gonna get to FF14 tonight, I promise. We still gotta read the patch notes. We're still in the pre-stream yap session, all right? It's a long. We need to get like a Would it be? Can I sell crystals? If I create a yap crystal, then we can all charge our crystals together at the start of every stream, and then when they're all glowing, that's when we can start playing the game. There's no parallels to any other crystal that exists. I've been reverse clickbaited. This is why I don't want to watch this whole video though, because like I don't do mecha. I don't know what it. Metal Gear Ray. Okay, I know that one. That one's cool. That one's cool. I like Metal Gear Ray. I don't care about any of these other things. All these are stupid. Metal Gear Sahelanthropus is the dumbest Metal Gear. Look at this stupid thing. Why has it got a head? Why does it have like a weird like T head? I hate Metal Gear Sahelanthropus. It's so stupid. It's the one Metal Gear that I feel like was just thrown together. There's Big O. We were talking about Big O earlier. The precursor robot. Okay, part of this video is cool. Now you're hitting my nostalgia points. So watching mechas but can't watch Gundams. There's Gundams here. See, there's Megazord from Power Rangers for the 2 Power Rangers fans. Megas XLR. Ava Unit 1, I know that one. I know Stadesia because I watched Darling in the Franxx and I slightly feel like my time was wasted. I've never seen Voltron stuff. I don't know anything about Voltron. I don't know Space Runaway Ideon. I never have seen any Mobile Suit Gundam stuff. I get to Terraform from Jack 3. Okay, here's the next Gurren Lagann thing, by the way. So then you get Daiguren, which pops up next. And yes, that is supposed to be a huge penis. That is literally supposed to be a huge penis with 2 pointy turbine balls on the front of Gurren Lagann. Well, Daiguren. Daiguren's packing. Man, Gurren Lagann's so good. I'm just thinking of the fight scene where I forget who it was. They were fighting the Beastmen, and they overtook like the what's it called? The bridge? Like, is that what the cockpit's called on a ship? It's the bridge. They overtook the bridge and they just turn all the guns around and point them at their own ship and just open fire. And the whole time, every enemy's going, you guys wouldn't shoot yourselves, would you? You're not that dumb, right? Promptly followed by just annihilating themselves. I love Gurren Lagann. I love Trigger. I love early Gynax. Don Voltron. Are Avas even mecha? They're angels. Don't spoil Evangelion for me. Rude. I don't know that. Are they? Hold on. Okay, you got me interested. Hold on. Okay, if you don't want to be spoiled for Evangelion, mute stream for a second because I want to be spoiled. Hold on. Are they like, what do you mean angels? No, they're linguini. So they're Italians. You would have never watched it? You don't know that. I may have. I may have watched it someday when I'm like 70 and retired. I may have watched. Okay, someone explain Ava to me right now. Okay, 2 sentences explain the whole Ava story to me. Can you explain the whole Ava story to me? If you can, I'll gift you a sub. But it has to make sense. Ooh. There we go. And then we have the next step of Gurren. You have Art Gurren. Go watch Gurren Lagann. But if you're not okay with these wild jumps where you go, okay, fuck off, and the anime looks at you and goes, no, we're doing it. Speaking of the anime looking at you and going, no, it just got this big. This is Super Galaxy Gurren Lagann, which is not the largest one. I believe the next one is Tekatopa Super Galaxy Gurren Lagann. Where is it? Come on. Where is it? Where is Galaxy Gurren Lagann? There it is. There's Tekatopa. If you're not cool with this, you're not gonna like Gurren Lagann. Like, if you're not, just you're done. If you're not cool with Super Tekatopa Gurren Lagann, you're not gonna like Gurren Lagann. I need to rewatch it. I missed that final fight. That final fight when they are literally throwing galaxies back and forth at each other. I love Gurren Lagann sky scaling. It's being so long though. The writer of Evo was crazy. Get in the fucking mech, Shinji. Good job. You spelled Shinji wrong. No sub for you, Starry. If it means Titans from AOT or Mecha, then so are they Evo, right? What? Now I'm confused. Wait, what do you, so are they alive? I thought they were like robots. If you want to know, the mechas are actually angels made from the pilot's mother's soul. Okay, that I'm gonna stop reading. I kind of want to watch Evangelion now. I kind of want to watch it now. That's fucking cool. I kind of want to watch Evangelion now. That's cool. That's cool. Bro, fight the power. Aeon knows. But no, there's literally a shot, and spoilers for Gurren Lagann, by the way. There's literally a shot where everyone's on Earth, and they look up, and there's just lights in the sky, and then the camera zooms back out all the way, and it's just Team Gurren throwing galaxies at an anti-spiral. It's so cool. You're like me, I need a little spoiler before I can commit. If like the art style and everything isn't enough to get me, yes, I need a spoiler, I guess. I need something. I need a hook. But it, like, not always. But I guess sometimes, yeah, you're right. Don't do it. Ava's crazy anime. Ava looks cool though. Ava looks cool though. Can we look at, hold on. Gurren Lagann, Kamina Sword. Don't look at those search results, by the way. Those are spoilers. Hold on, I need to show you. The people who don't know. Is this the dub? I don't think it is. Where is it? I need to see him pulling his stupid sword. Yeah. Oh no! Why? Wait, why is this still at 2x speed? Oh, no, it is. Hold on. Oh, little fun fact for people: the guy who voices Vidal, the white-haired character in this scene, is actually the voice actor for Link in Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Whoa. Oh, you can hear that it's Link. I never caught that. That is just Link from Ocarina of Time. No, this stupid sword might be the best moment. This stupid ass sword might be my favorite Kamina moment because of how long it is. They never explain it, and it randomly changes sizes. Sometimes it's small, sometimes it's the whole screen. Always AFK thought to mention, just remembered, if you haven't seen Odd Taxi, excellent anime, especially like mystery stories. I have been spoiled on the ending of that, sadly. Not the context, but I do know what happens at the end as far as like the big like thing. Odd Taxi looks super cool. I will say that. Odd Taxi definitely caught my eye, but I just didn't watch it because I think that was during a season where I was watching 8 or 10 shows already, and I didn't want to add anymore. This sword's way too long. Okay, whatever. Go watch Gurren Lagann. Go watch it. I'm not going to show any fights from it. Just go watch it. I don't want to spoil anything. Eva has good moments in the fights. But it does get crazy. I don't mind like the plot getting crazy. A good example I give that I can't really explain well is if anyone here has seen the anime Flip Flappers. Flip Flappers presents itself as a magical girl anime that's really wholesome and straightforward and kind of Alice in Wonderland-y. And then you get to like episode 7, and I'm not kidding when you might need a Google Doc to explain everything going on. It's very crazy. It's really, really crazy. If you're into super serious anime, I recommend Ghost Stories. The dub performance is Oscar. I love Ghost Stories. I will say I have a problem with Ghost Stories, and it's not with the jokes or anything. I think like it's all like just so off its fucking rocker that it just circles back around to being just like gut busting again at how insane it is. But with Ghost Stories, I always hate when I see people see clips of it. Like we can't watch it on well, we could probably watch it on Twitch. I could probably pull. Let me put it this way for people that don't know. I don't trust that there's not something that'll get me in trouble on Twitch. But no, I see a lot of people get recommended Ghost Stories and then they watch a compilation of, you know, like 3 or 4 scenes. And they think the whole dub is that. They think the whole dub is constant, just off their rocker or like mid 2000s edgy internet humor. And it's not. There's actually still like a coherent story there. And it's still a fun, entertaining watch. But I see people go into it with the wrong expectation, and then they go, I tried watching it, and it wasn't making me laugh after the first 10 minutes. And it's like, you gotta let it get to the thing. Like, it's still an anime. Yes, it's a dub that they kind of just did whatever they wanted with it. But let it cook a little bit. The principal line almost fucking killed me. Wait, which one is that? I could probably pull that one up. Is it the one with his, like, wife leaving him? For people that don't know what Ghost Stories is, I can't pull up one. I can pull up the Shirotami line. Because everybody knows that one.
Since I am your favorite among these heathens, you are pathetic.
When he died, I was so sad that I would never hear that voice again. His laugh. His funny little requests.
I love ghost stories.
His reprimands.
Touch me harder.
Shirotabi, please forgive me for bringing you back to life. I know now that it could never work between us. As much as we wanted to, it could never be. Not because you're a rabbit.
Why do
but
principals
because
always
you're
look like
black.
lesbians?
Oh, that one. Okay. Yeah, okay. I know which one you're talking about. This one?
Principals always look like lesbians. Mom?
Ghost Stories is fun, but it's not this constantly. It's this every like 5 minutes. But there's still like a little story going on. It's still a good time. You know what? People get too riled up about spoilers, in my opinion. Unless it's very well done twist or surprise, the spoiler won't have much effect, in my opinion. I disagree. I disagree on a philosophical and moral standpoint. I don't think it's anybody's decision to determine how something gets affected, because it's an unknown variable, and trying to quantify it is impossible. So it's better just to err on the side of respecting the other person's time and first experience that they could have, and just go, I'm not going to tell you anything about it. Just go play it. Like, go watch it. Go play it. Granted, like, whenever I'm talking to like friends of mine, if like we're talking about something, I will ask them, hey, do you mind if I explain this? It's not a big spoiler, and I will try to give them a bit of a window in of what it's going to spoil as best as I can. For example, I was talking to Vivi about the living memory area in FF14, and I was talking about how Dontrell is making me cry at very weird points. And I didn't cry to an emotional scene with someone's mom, but I did cry to a random NPC that was telling me about how he would love to continue doing his job as a city tour guide in another life. And in situations like that, I'll ask people, you know, hey, can I tell you about this? Or do you want any information? And then I leave it up to them to tell me, you know, no, I don't want to know anything, or like, yeah, go ahead. But even then, it comes down to, I think it's like a trust thing of how, like, if you've known the person for a while, like, can you confidently say yes to wanting to be spoiled on something and know that they're not going to overstep the expectation you have and accidentally spoil more than what they said they would? Even setting the expectations can color someone's expectations, then sway their perception. Yeah. Don't really did pop out of nowhere at times as a big emotional hammer. Oh, it did. Like when someone goes, oh man, he's at this part, now your expectation is set. Oh yeah. No. Granted, I don't do that on stream, and I don't do it to streamers, but I definitely like am guilty of it to like my friends. Because I've been going through Dontrell with Vivi, and well, watching her go through it when we're all in VC, and there's been a few moments of like, oh, this cutscene's really good. Which might be coloring that experience. But no. I don't know. I will say there is a line, though. I've had people in the past. Back when I was... this is going to make me sound ancient. I'm going to sound like Grandfather Cell. Back when I was in IRC chat rooms. This was not that long ago, by the way. I will just set the stage. This was way after IRC was a thing anymore. This was like when Skype was kind of getting and people were starting to go back to IRC. What was your client in IRC for life? I don't remember. It was on crap. Hold on. Maybe it wasn't my RC. Hold on. It was on iOS because it was on my iPod Touch. Hold on. It was a pink icon. Was it Colloquy? There's no way it was Colloquy. I think I used Lime Chat for a minute. Maybe it was Colloquy. Maybe it was Colloquy. MIRC was desktop. I think I've used MIRC. I think I used it like once. But I don't remember. It's been so long. Hex chat maybe? Because I think I used Hex chat. I don't know. I just Googled IRC desktop clients. I'm looking at icons that look familiar to me. MIRC sounds familiar to me, so I may have tried it once. Like maybe once. Because I was in IRC chats whenever I was in detention. So I would just be talking to people while I was in detention at school. I think it comes with this.
It's been 84 years.
I think it comes with discussing media, especially if it's like 10 years old. I don't really feel like I should be obligated. Not that I don't respect their preference, but come on. I mean, if someone hasn't ever seen Shawshank Redemption, I'm not going to spoil Shawshank Redemption for someone. If they've never seen it, I'm going to let them experience that. I don't think it's my place to do that. Detention evader. Funny story about that. So for a while, how do I start this story off? I had a teacher that hated me in like 5th grade, like really didn't like me. And I wasn't a bad kid. It was just, that's when my ADHD and everything kind of developed. And I went from a straight A student to just not doing work, period. And I was failing all my classes. I didn't know that though. One day I came into class and we were somehow on chapter 8 in our math book. I have no idea how we got that far ahead. I still don't know how we got that far ahead. And I fell so far behind and could not do my work that I failed 5th grade. I was held back. And for that whole year before I was held back, for the rest of that year, she was like, you can go to detention until you get caught up. So let's take the kid that has ADHD, that is unmedicated. And our detention, this was borderline psychological torture. I'm going to be honest. Our detention room looked like this. So there was the door here. And it was this big square room. Really? That just erased all of it? Okay. This is why I don't use MS Paint. MS Paint sucks. Big square room. And then there were cubicles lining the walls like this. Like cubicle dividers. So if you guys want to know why I'm such a big proponent of like mental health and taking care of yourself, it's because I grew up in this environment for about a year of some of my younger, more developmental years. And the teacher's desk was right here. It was an L-shaped desk. She would sit there. And then we had a desk in each cubicle facing the wall. There were no windows in this room at all. There was a weird desk in each of these corners. And we were forced all day from 8 a.m. when we would arrive at school if we were in detention to sit and face the wall and face our cubicles, and we were not allowed to lean around these cubicles and talk to each other. We were not allowed to have conversations with each other. There was no music playing in this room. It was completely silent all fucking day, every single day. And if we had to go to the bathroom, we had to ask for a pass. And if we were gone for more than 2 minutes, I believe, we would possibly get in trouble. And we had to sit in this room from 8 to about 2:55 all day, every day. And me having ADHD from 5th grade to literally, I'm going to say 6th, not 6th. Hold on. From 5th grade, for my first attempt, I was in this room all day, every day for the rest of the year after about a month and a half had passed. With no music, all day, every day, no stimulus. I wasn't allowed to bring anything in. All I could bring was my paper, my pencil, and my math book to do my math homework, which I obviously didn't do, so that piled up more. And then I had to bring in more books, and I didn't do it, so it piled up more. And after a year of this, I repeated the 5th grade, passed 5th grade, barely, and kind of coasted through 6th, 7th, and 8th. And 9 onwards, I was in detention again all the fucking time because I just stopped doing my work. I just stopped caring entirely. And that's when I started drawing. So if you're wondering when I started drawing around 9th grade. And I drew all day, every day in a room like this in detention, because even at the age of 17, we were not allowed to turn around and talk or have conversations. It was kind of just mental torture. And honestly, fuck that school, fuck that teacher. She would not talk to me when I saw her in public around town. She would always dip out really fucking fast. And at least for my local region, fuck the public education system that thought this was okay. Because this shit probably fucked me up mostly out of everything I encountered when I was growing up. I had ADD, and homework was torture for me because my meds had worn out by the time school was over. I wasn't even medicated. I didn't get medicated for my ADHD until I was 23. So it took a minute. It took a minute to even find out I had ADHD. We could do a whole stream chatting segment, or I know Draw My Life isn't a thing anymore, and I don't want to do that, but I got plenty of stories of just having to force myself through the healthcare system because nobody was helping me. Older gen didn't know mental health is real. Oh yeah, they still don't. I'm dead certain my own parents have ADHD or OCD or something, and they won't talk about it. So yeah, could have had an assessment for autism when I was 12. Didn't happen because my mom got offended at the school psych. Got an assessment at 21, confirmed I have autism. Congrats. Welcome to the club. I say as someone who does not have autism, but I just make jokes about it sometimes on stream. But no, it's wild.
Did you like my armor, Glamcell?
I'm talking about my
Sunny
personal
26
life,
pop.
where I was traumatized. I was traumatized. Where I was traumatized for many, many, many times. But no, it's, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll do a little segment on chat or an Ask Me Anything or something, and we can dive into my personal history a little bit, because it's a good way for me to. I forgot I had this open. Anyway, But what glam are you talking about, by the way? You talking about the one where you were like at the blacksmith thing? I thought it was super cool, these. I liked it. You did a good job. I need to do more glams like this where I'm in the environment actually, because instead I just kind of do, there's a background and I'm doing poses. I don't really do any sort of G poses attached to the environment. These are cool though. But no, anyway, I spent most of my time in detention on IRC chat and drawing MLP fan art. So that was my time from about 8th, 9th grade onwards to about 12th. Because contrary to belief, I didn't graduate. Y'all want to know how shitty my school was? I was transferred out to homeschool about a month before the end of my last semester so that they could not have me affect their dropout numbers. So they can also go fuck themselves. That whole goddamn school system, fuck them. Some of the worst people. What kind of MLP fan art? No, I'm kidding. I was very, very say-so. I did not draw anything wild or out there. Here, I actually have it. I can actually share my MLP fan art. Hold on. So here's Luna. Here's a Luna sketch I did. I did this in detention. Here's another Luna sketch I did. There's a pattern that you're going to notice here. Here's another Luna sketch that I did. Again, there's a pattern. That's pretty good. Thank you. I'm actually really satisfied with these. Were these all in detention? Most of them. If not, I was at home. You can kind of see my Slenderman sketch that I never finished in the background here, which I have a picture of. Here's a... Oh, I don't have my... No, I don't have my original. I can't show... I have two pictures I always like to pull up whenever people are like, man, you're so like talented, blah, blah, blah. Where I did Slenderman and then I did Slenderman again like a year later, and one is noticeably very shit. Like I'm not just like artist going, this is bad when it no, it was bad. Like, it's not good. And then I did a redraw. Let me see if I can find it, because I did a little redraw of Slenderman. Either you had a bad crush or some serious gender envy. What do you mean? I just like Luna's design. I don't know if I could even find this. I would have to dig. So, you know what? Hold on. You guys give me like 10 seconds. Let me grab my sketchbook. I might just have it, and I'll just take a picture of it really quick. I might still have my old sketchbook. Give me just a second. Okay, hold on. I have it. Give me a second to take a picture of it. Hold on. Oh, no. Oh, I still have the sketch of my pony Sona. That you guys can't see. That you guys are not allowed to see. That one's actually, like, embarrassing. Draw MLP fan art in detention, step aside. And yeah, those are awesome. Really, really, it's fantastic. Well, thank you guys. Like, I do want to, I miss drawing traditional art a little bit. Because it was satisfying to, like, like, this tail came out really well. But you can show us your you had an MLPOC. Okay, hold on. Look. Do I show you guys? Okay, why is my phone like rotating these pictures? Stop it. Apple, you suck. How do you rotate a picture?
Oh, you mentioned it. You have to show us.
Do I? Is that how it works? Hold on. Maybe I'll show you mine too, wink. Man, my glasses make it really hard for my phone to pick me up winking. You can't mention things without showing. I'll think about it. Hold on. I'm not just buying time. Let me get these up first. Here's a little like rainbow dash thing I did. This was a redraw. I forget who the original artist was, but I did not. I don't. This isn't like a redraw trace. This was just I referenced theirs on another monitor. But okay, I think this should be fine. So from left to right. So this was like my first attempt at drawing Slender Man. Oh my god, hold on. I gotta turn this down. So on the left was my first attempt, and then I did a redraw about, I want to say like 2-3 months later, and then another like 2 or 3 months later, I did a final redraw where I just tried to make it feel more dynamic. So don't be ashamed about your first attempt at something. Just keep drawing. That's cool. Cringe is dead. Hold on. I'll grab the pony soda sketch. Man, it's so... I'm so... it's so boring and terrible. I don't like this. I'm not like it didn't come out well. I don't like it. No, I have a lot more. I'm not going to take pictures of all of them. And I had a lot more than I am even able to show you guys, but I don't know when I did it. I can't like think of how old I was. There was a time though. It was after I achieved a bunch of goals I had set in therapy where, and I'm either going to make a bunch of artists that see this and are in chat probably right now, like cringe a little. But after achieving a bunch of goals that I had set, I kind of just shredded a bunch of my drawings because I just didn't want them anymore. And I kept my favorites. So the ones you're seeing here are the ones that like I'm most proud of and the ones that like I kept the longest. But there's probably like 30 or 40 sketches and full drawings I did that I just put through a paper shredder one night. And I don't know why I did it. I guess I did it to kind of move on from a chapter of my life. Whatever that means. I don't know. That feels like I'm being emo when I say that. Here's the cringe though. I even gave myself a stupid easel and canvas like cutie mark. So there you go. It's not bad. I'm not a fan of it anymore. Man, I'm looking at it now. It's like, what would I improve? This right leg is too short. The waist is like a little too slim. Cringe, pretty neat. I disagree. This was done before the Luna things, I think, so I wasn't confident with how to. Man, you can tell even back whenever I was really young, I have drawn like floof the same way. Because for people that, do I still have it? Hold on. Do I have it? I don't think I have it. No, I don't have it. No, do I? Nope. 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 I don't think I have it anymore. This tail is basically the same tail that's on my my kitsune. But no, thank you guys. I appreciate all of the like kind words. I do. I can take a compliment now, unlike years ago. I wish I wasn't in my I can't be into anything feminine whatsoever phase of denial when MLP was big. I mean, that's the one thing I'll say about MLP that like it, because I don't, how do I phrase this? I don't want this to come off as like dismissive to anybody that's going through like, is the word, I'm very ignorant on this type of stuff, so apologies for any like crassness with my language. Is it gender dysphoria? Like I never think about that stuff too much. I'm very comfortable with who I am. It's why I dropped the voice changer was not from that side of things, and a lot of people thought it was, and it never was. And Cell as like a character is not from that either. Like it's more of a, it comes more from a shyness thing, and I rather portray a character that is detached from me as a person, as weird as it sounds, than myself. Now, I will with full confidence say, do not be surprised if one day we lose the avatar on this stream entirely and we just go proper like face cam and proper production value, more so than like the VTuber thing. Because, like I said, none of this comes from like a gender dysphoria thing and me being, because the reason I bring this up is, Starry, you brought up the gender envy with my like Luna obsession. I do love her design, but it's this thing with MLP that I look back on, which is why I keep all of these pictures and why I'm not ashamed. Pictures and sketches, and why I'm not ashamed of being like, yeah, I was part of this community. I never identified as a brony. I think labels like that are honestly like just, I think they're a bit goofy. So like calling myself a brony didn't ever sit with me, or even now I'm still like, no, I'm just into the thing. It's like if I'm a Full Metal Alchemist fan, calling myself like, oh, are you a full meddler? Like, it's like, I just find that stuff goofy, so I never attribute it to my own personality or my own view of who I am. But I will say this, MLP definitely did a lot for me in helping me be comfortable with just not being judgmental to myself about what I like and who I am. Because it is something that you do have to figure out, and it is something that a lot of people struggle with, and a lot of people might come to the determination that it is something much deeper for them, like gender dysphoria, or even something as I'm saying this feels like it's a more surface level thing. It probably isn't, especially if you are, you know, in the middle of it, but like body dysmorphia, where it's being comfortable with who you are is what I got from being a part of the MLP side of just the zeitgeist culturally at that point for a few years. And it kind of solidified my confidence in myself to walk outside with, yeah, I wear bracelets sometimes. I wear pink shirts. I don't put much stock in like gendered things, I guess. It's like I paint my nails. They're not painted right now, but I do paint my nails every now and then, and I'm in an area where I get looks for having long hair, period. And I get looks not because I have long hair, but because I obviously like try to take care of my hair. So my hair usually looks like pretty well kempt, and I have like older just men and women like derogatorily like glance at me and look at me. And like the same if I have my nails painted, but MLP kind of solidified in me a like, fuck it, like who cares? Like it's my existence. I don't, granted, I will say I am tall. Contrary to what you all think, I am very tall, and that helps with my ability to have that attitude, because no one's gonna walk up to me and go, why are your nails painted? No one's gonna walk up to me and ask me why my nails are painted. I am not the most, or I'm not the tiny, short, easily intimidated looking person that everyone thinks I am. Sounds like something a short person would say. I am not the size of Moist Critical. I will just say that. By the way, I do like Moist Critical. It's not a random drive-by. I've been watching Charlie since like 2011. I've been watching him since Titty Simulator, if anyone remembers that. They're probably jealous. Yeah, gender dysphoria sucks, and it sucks in totally different ways when you know what it is and don't. So many people out there suffer from it without even knowing. There's plenty of just psychological things that, and it goes deeper than that, obviously, but that people just aren't aware of because mental health isn't something that people take seriously. And mental health is scary because you have to look at yourself. And it's scary to look at yourself because a lot of times when you look at yourself, a lot of your problems are of your own making. And that makes mental health scary for a lot of people. But it's super worth it. And I've talked about this a lot with my, like, in therapy, and it's why I moved away from, if anyone noticed that's been here for a long time, I don't think there's anywhere on my branding anywhere that like says pronouns anymore or anything, because it's more, what are you more comfortable with when you're in here? If cell is easier for you to communicate with visually by attributing like she, her to this model. If you've been here for a long time, some people still do. It's cool. If you're new here, most new people use more like masculine pronouns because of my voice. And in real life, I know what I go by, which is I go by he, him, but I don't put much thought into it, which is why I can't like speak on that topic very strongly, because I just don't think about it too often because I'm just comfortable with who I am, and I didn't have to give it much thought, luckily. But other people aren't that lucky, and they've got stuff they got to work through, and they have to find themselves out. So it's why I never really brought much attention to like the identity of Cell, because it's not something that, while I haven't struggled with it, other people have, and I think my ignorance on the topic wouldn't do a whole lot for me to be talking about it constantly or even bringing attention to it, because I don't have a whole lot to say, sadly, other than just like the general support on the topic, because I'm not super educated on it. And I come from a place that isn't super educated on it in general. So I kind of have to get educated by my friends or people around me or like people in chat, like you guys. But anyway, I'm getting deep into another topic. Interesting that your MLP side hasn't come out during stream, at least when I was here. What do you mean? Oh, it seems to have been a bit like me talking about it. Like, well, it's not a big part of my life. It did like solidify things, but I don't consider it a big part of my life. And I don't know, there are parts of stream that I try to keep from being super personal. Not because I don't want stream to be personal. And it's like, I enjoy my privacy. It's something I want to talk more about, but it's hard for me to figure out how to bring it up. Because I don't like talking about myself in real life either. I'm very reserved. Ironically, the streamer that screams all the time and gets really loud is probably the quietest person in the goddamn room. I just don't talk to people. I do not talk to other people. I'm very reserved. Which I feel like is how it goes with most streamers, where it's like, oh, you probably just chat with people all the time. No, I hide in my room or hide in the corner when I'm at gatherings or do something else. I don't really get involved too much. Or at least I try not to. Because early on, we talked about mental health stuff all the time, but it's like, while I want to make sure that's something that's, you know, able to be brought up on stream comfortably for people, I want people to be able to come in and if they have questions about things where it's like, hey, I'm like, if someone is curious about therapy and they're looking to me or someone else in chat and they're like, hey, how'd you go about getting a therapist? Like, or they just want to have a conversation on the subject of therapy and like we're on that topic for the stream anyway. I want people to be comfortable with doing that, but I don't want it to be like my brand because that's not all I do. And honestly, I do enjoy the whiplash of coming in here and going like, haha, food autism. Man, I wish Kakiwe would just like really slam her fist into my face before I turn off that new next living memory area. I really want ERENVILLE'S mom to punch me. And then right back to this type of topic. I do enjoy the whiplash. I simply don't go. That's me. At gatherings, I usually play with my family pet. 90% of the time I do not go. No, that's me. That's where I am. Like I try to keep myself busy at family gatherings. But no, MLP was a big part of my life in a very personal way, but it was also a very subtle way because God, this is gonna be, you guys want to see why I was bullied in school? By the way, everything after season 3 of MLP sucked. Okay, for clarify, I wasn't bullied in high school because I stopped really feeding into it, which I know it's not always that simple for other people. If you're getting bullied, I can't say that'll work for you because I know there are some younger people that do pop into the stream sometime, but I stopped feeding into it by giving reactions. I would just like continue go on my own way. But I wore these to school for like for like a year. I paid. Wait, hold on. I did not have these. I had. So I had this pattern on the front, but they were black. They were not blue. They were black ones. And then they had the Rainbow Dash cutie mark on the back. So I had custom painted Vans. I spent, I think I was like 15, so no real income. And I spent like $130 on these shoes. But I wore some custom painted Rainbow Dash Vans to school for like 2 years. And I had a really cool Luna shirt from Hot Topic that my friend got me. I don't have any pictures of the shirt, but it was really, really cool. But no, I don't know. I very early on, and MLP was a big part of it, just kind of stopped giving a shit about how people were going to judge me on their first look at who I am. Because I didn't always have long hair either. I didn't grow my hair out until COVID. My hair was always short until COVID, but then it was more of a case of like, I'm not gonna I'm not going to get my hair cut right now, and I mean, let's see what happens if I don't cut it for like 2 years. So I haven't had a haircut since 2021. 2020 maybe. I haven't had a haircut in forever. Those are nice, by the way. I like them. I thought they were cool. And I still have them. I have them. I don't have them here. They're at my parents' house. I still have them. And they still are like in decent condition. Was MLP a thing back then? The show came out in 2010. Must have missed it entirely. I don't know when Friendship is Magic came out. Yeah, October 2010. That's when season 1 came out. Wow, I am nostalgic for this. Like, actually. I'm trying to find it. Where is it? I had the first season on physical. Tried that too. Long hair falling into my face. Maybe have a fit. Just wear it in a ponytail all the time. That's what I do. I don't know, maybe next time on the rare occasion we do a drawing stream, I'll try. God, they are kind of scary looking. They are kind of horrifying. They are kind of terrifying looking. If anyone's curious who my favorite is out of the main 6, it's Rarity, the purple and white one, because I like purple. Rarity was my favorite. And then my favorite princess was Luna, obviously. My hairline doesn't allow that. Well, that's why you gotta do a side sweep. You have to like side sweep. You gotta do like a corner part. You gotta side sweep the bangs, and then you put it all into a ponytail. You gotta hide your baldness. God damn it, we were supposed to talk about patch notes, and I had a video I wanted to watch tonight. I have a 20-minute video I wanted to watch tonight with everybody. We got to talk about patch notes? We got to talk about the Moonfire Fair coming back? We haven't done anything tonight. We've just been 2 hours. Been 2 hours and nothing's happened. Oh, let's watch. Wow, I combined 2 messages. Or just pull the hair back into a ponytail, wear a bandana like me. I couldn't do that. It would make my hair freak out. Patch notes? Okay, we're going to go through the patch notes really quick. Because there's only like... Is there anything crazy that came up with other classes? Because the only one I care about is Samurai. Not all just Widow's Peak, I swear. I have a Widow's Peak. I've been there. You just can't see mine because I side sweep my bangs. Paladin's godlike now. Okay, I'm gonna read these really quick. Holy Spirit potency has increased from 3. What does Holy Spirit do? Potency while under effect of Divine Might has been increased from 470 to 500. Requisite? Requiscat? What is Requiscat? Requiscat. Man, I miss Otis. Second in tank DPS. Ooh. I assume Warrior is still at the top. No, we're not gonna go through every patch note. Promise. No gun break. Really? Huh. Okay. Mung got a debuff across, or a buff across the board. Phantom Rush potency increase from 14 to 1500. Potency increase on Wind's Reply 8 to 900. Fire's Reply 11 to 1200. I just want to talk about Samurai, honestly. They undid all of their shit. Samurai's good again. So, Samurai's fun. I can play it.
My Little Pony episode. Sell your
Ooh.
thoughts, please. Oh, best. Naruto. Fight your thoughts. Sell.
Hold on. Favorite MLP episode. Favorite MLP episode. Favorite MLP episode. Okay, so my gut when you said that. My gut when you said that was Winter Wrap Up, which was like the first big song they did. And specifically because whatever. If you want to cringe, you can cringe. I don't care. This song is still catchy as shit.
3 months of winter.
This song is still catchy. This song was catchy then, and it's still catchy now to me. We can't grow in this cold, and even though I love my boots, this fashion's getting old. Okay, if anyone thinks I didn't watch this. Spring and all things warm and green, but it's also time to say goodbye. It's winter, we must clean. Oh, this is gonna be the most embarrassing VOD. This song was catchy and it was my gut. Can't imagine why you were bullied. I know, right? I didn't sing this in school, by the way. I was like silently on display with my interest, but I never like, look, okay, let me put it this way. No shame to this kid, by the way. I was not the kid in the back of the classroom with hair down to my back doing Naruto hand signs. All right? I was not that kid. I will say that. I that's why I was not bullied past like 8th grade, because I stopped feeding into it. I was not that kid. No offense to that guy. I hope he's doing well, actually. I really genuinely do, because he got a lot of shit in school. I hope he's doing well. I really do. I'm not gonna say his name, but dude, your hair was fucking awesome. I hope you didn't cut it. Elden Ring DLC good. Hate Elden Ring. I'll let you guys talk about it. Humming it? Oh, I was humming it. I was definitely humming it. But come on. Come on. It's so catchy. Spring is here, 'cause tomorrow spring is here. Bring the southern birds. Oh, I can't remember this. Me skies to let the sun shine in. I think it's Ashley. Is it Ashley Ball who voices Rainbow Dash? She did a good job with this song. You know what's the next YouTube video is gonna be like, not only you click on skills, you shadow ban comments that disagree with you, and you know songs from MLP. He's probably making 6 figures at tech startup somewhere. Man, I hope so. The bullied loser to bodybuilder pipeline is real. Have you guys seen the... Hold on. I don't know if I can find this. Have you guys seen the bodybuilding forums argument where someone was trying to argue that there were not 7 days in a week? It is very old. It's like, it is so old. It's so old. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Hold on, I need to find where he starts. Okay. I'm just gonna read this. I don't know what kind of language we're gonna run into. I'm gonna read it, and I'll just skip over anything that's like super egregious. This shit was so funny, and this shit killed me. Okay. Full body workout every other day. Is it safe to do a full body work? What, we need music for this. Hold on. No, we need that Phoenix Wright music. Hold on. Where's the Phoenix Wright study music? Wow, I can't spell. I need music for this. YouTube, can you load? Hello? Hello? Are we good? What is going on? Okay, this works. Is it safe to do a full body workout every other day? I only have limited days I can get to the gym. And lately, instead of doing upper body or lower body, I just do full body strength workouts. I'm trying to gain as much as I can without getting fat. First response. Most beginner, intermediate programs are full body workouts 3 times per week, so I think it's just safe to assume that they're safe. If I go every other day, I will be at the gym 4 to 5 times a week. Is that overtraining? I typically do 60 to 90 minutes. I push myself and raise the weight each week. A full body workout 3 times per week is plenty. Each workout should take no more than shouldn't take more than 45 minutes to an hour and a quarter. YouTube? Hello?
Objection.
Hello? We're still up. Why is this dying? Oh, no. Okay. Wait, where did I leave off? Okay. You will not overtrain if you eat and rest properly. Aim for 45-minute workouts, which shouldn't be hard with full body workouts since they are based on compound lifts. Okay, and here we go. Stevie KM3 kicks this off. That makes no sense. There are only 7 days in a week. If you go every other day, that is 3.5 times a week. Hold on, was this OP? No, it wasn't OP. It was just some random guy. Okay. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. That is 4 days. How do you go 3.5 times? Do a half workout or something, LOL? 7 times in 2 weeks equals 3.5 times a week, genius. And yeah, 3 times a week, full body workouts are good. I never said anything about going exactly 7 times. Like I said, if I go every other day, that is 4 days a week. How hard is that to comprehend? Week 1, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Week 2, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. 8 days in 2 weeks. In your terms, 8 times in 2 weeks equals 4 times a week. Genius. All muscle, no brains? Question mark? LOL. Stevie chimes back in. You double counted Sunday. That is 2 weeks plus 1 day. Did you fail grade 2 math? Plus, your old post said 4 to 5 times a week. Now you just neglect to mention the 5. Grow up and admit when you are wrong. Believe me, you will get a lot further in life this way. The Josh chimes back in. Are you retarded? Maybe you should look at the calendar. I didn't double count Sunday. My 2 weeks started and ended on Sunday, exactly 14 days. What don't you understand? Edit, here's a calendar. Maybe I made little dots for each day so you could comprehend. Dude, that is 15 days. Are you that effing mental? You can't have a week go Saturday, Sunday, Sunday, Saturday, then Sunday to Sunday. Look at the damn pic you posted. Count the days. What do they equal? 15. Kids these days. I was right. 3.5 times a week. And so was the first guy to post it. And you, my bright friend, are El Rongo. It's 14 days. Try again. Maybe you should try counting on your fingers. If you work out on the 8th, you wouldn't start counting the days till the 9th, because that is 1 day, then the 10th would be 2 days, and so on until you get to the 22nd, which is 14 days. This goes on, by the way, for 5 pages. If anybody wants to read this, I'm going to post this in the Discord. Hard R. Welcome to the stream, Zen. Zen, you've been here long enough. Just because I don't use it daily anymore on stream. I'm going to put this in music and... No, I'm going to put this in Maymay's. There, if anyone wants to read through all of this because it's a nightmare, it is 5 pages of adults arguing over how long a week is and how long you can work out in that time span. Time span? Time span. Retard being a slur is random as fuck anyway, like it was decided one day by the council. I mean, to be fair, it was used very derogatorily for a long time. So to some people, yes, it does have that weight. And I'm not saying to some to hand wave like my usage of it. I understand that I used to throw it around a lot more, and it is a heavy word for a lot of people. And I don't use it on stream anymore. Not to like any degree as far as jokes. It slips out sometimes, like this stream being one of them. But if anyone has a problem with that part of my history, I'm doing like what I can to remove it subconsciously from my daily usage, but I still utilize it sometimes in not derogatory ways towards people. I almost always use it for situations. So, full disclosure, if you have a problem with that, then stream might not be for you. But like on stream, and I don't feel the need to bring it up anymore as like part of my vocabulary, and off stream, I can't think of the last time I've used it in the last 4 or 5 years when referring to a person. It's always been for situations, and even then it's rare. I usually just say like things are ridiculous or absurd. Absurd has become my kind of filler word for that. Because, yeah, when I was younger, I won't deny, like, I threw it around a lot. I grew up on Call of Duty, so, yeah, I was, yeah. I was not the most say-so. It has the weight to me. Yeah, and you're perfectly justified and valid for, like, having the experiences that make you feel that way, sorry. It's, like, it's why I don't use it on stream as like a joke word too often anymore, or as part of my vocabulary, because there's no reason to. There's better words that I can use to express myself. Granted, those words don't have the same like weight impact to them, but I don't think the weight impact is worth me using it. And on some level, part of it is, yeah, because it would hurt somebody while they're watching, maybe, but at the same time, like, I have a weirdly undecided, complex opinion on it, I guess, which is why discussing it might not be satisfying, because part of me recognizes that, and part of me also goes, if you don't like the content, you can leave. But I don't want to be entirely brash about that, because I don't know. It's not who I am right now. It's who I was 5 years ago. It's who I was like probably 4 years ago. But it's not who I am right now. So as dissatisfying as my lack of concrete adherence to anything is, like, that's just where I am right now. Don't worry, I'm on the spectrum, so I give you the R pass. I can go to Blockbuster and rent things again. What else is going on? I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything in chat. Y'all are nerding out about Elden Ring. I wish I could join you. I may or may not have said some not politically correct statements in my youth. I was a dumb kid. I grew out of it. Yeah. Like I said, I played COD. Like, I can at least say I wasn't a kid that threw around the N-word. So, like, I can say that. Everything else, though, I hold, like, that was me when I was younger. I was a Counter-Strike player. I grew up on 4chan. Like, we'll just leave it at that. Let's just say a lot of those things would get you banned in my chat. So I'll be like, why the fuck did they put Skibbity in my Souls game? What? I'm curious, because my old YouTube channel is still out there. Granted, everything's unlisted. I'm curious if any of those videos have anything that, like, someone on Twitter would love to grab and be like, look at what Cell used to have in their vocabulary. I don't think they did, because even then I was pretty focused on presentation. Weirdly more then than I am now. Huh. What if I just what if I put them all back up and just people can try to find them? Then you guys can maybe stumble across my old YouTube channel one day. Because I think when I did YouTube, I was weirdly adamant that I wouldn't swear on my videos either. I can't remember. I was way younger then. I was like 19 when I was making YouTube videos. Huh. Those games are easy. Ultimates and XIV is real shit. You go tell that to the forum people. Let them figure it out. Watch them like bend themselves into a pretzel over it. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Anyway, Jesus Christ, you guys got me off topic way too easily. No, they fixed Sam. So for people that, maybe I should log in. Okay, but how do you work out 3.5 times a week? But you can take a half day. I serious. Have we had the cry counter up there this whole time? I didn't even notice the cry counter was up. Whoops. Wait, where is it at? Anyway, no, let me log in real quick. So for people that don't know, half day, won't that induce hypertrophy? What is hypertrophy? That's not a thing. You're lying. Simple mass dummy. So the way Sam worked before, if you did your rotation and you built up all of your Sen coins and you wanted to pop your EI Jutsu, you would get Midari Setsugeka at the end of your combo, and then you get Kaishi Setsugeka. That was the way it worked before. Then they changed it so that to get Kaishi Setsugeka, you had to have popped Mekio Shisui first, and then did your combo that way, because it would give you I forget the name of the buff already, but it would give you a buff that would let you do Tendo Setsugeka and follow up with the Tendo Kaishi Setsugeka. So basically you would get 2 of the buttons. But you lost out on that ability to basically drop your little damage nuke by just doing your combo and then popping everything. As a Sam player, I'm gonna be honest, it felt terrible. It was like, once I got it, it wasn't too bad, but it just didn't feel very good because it felt like I was doing more work to get to my big finish, and I didn't like it. Now it's back to normal though, but they gave us 2 nuclear warhead launch codes, so you can pop your full combo of Midari Setsugeka and then the I just forgot what the follow-up movie's called. The follow-up to Midari Setsugeka. But on top of that, you can immediately pop Mekio Shisui, and you can just immediately prep and get your next big burst of damage ready, and immediately follow it up again with another Mekio Shisui to build it again and drop all of that damage one final time. then you can do all of your OGCDs and drop a extra shit ton of damage. So they fixed Sam and made it even more of a nightmare in terms of how much damage it's putting out, which is super cool. You mean edging? I hate. Don't describe it like that. Don't describe it like that. That's so gross. Now every EIG2 has a Subame follow-up, whereas it used to be limited to just 2 uses per minute, or per 2 minutes. Oh my god. Let me on my thing. But no, yeah, Aeon has it most accurate. I'm glad they changed it back. I will say I need them to bring back like one thing. I need them to bring back the Hisatsu Kaiten. I want Hisatsu Kaiten back. They need to bring back Hisatsu Kaiten. If they would bring back Hisatsu Kaiten, I'd be very happy. I would be happy if we could get this back, because they took this from us. And spoilers for Kyokai no Kanata or Beyond the Boundary, by the way. Just, yeah, if you're watching that, I would turn stream off for a second. They took this away from us, and I'm so mad. If they would just bring this back. This is the coolest ability. I love this video. This video is never leaving my hard drive. It's so funny. I was just watching that on my second monitor. Oh, I'm sorry. Random spoiler drive-by. But no, they need to bring this back, but I digress. They fixed everything that I had a problem with Sam and gave us what... Okay, illiterate people on Twitter were like reading this and going like, oh, they reduced damage. 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 Damage reduced. Damage reduced. Damage reduced. Damage reduced. Debuffed. Sam got a no, Sam did not get a debuff. Sam got a crazy buff because you're pumping out so much damage now in such a short amount of time. I have to show you an old patch note buff for Paladin. Yeah. Dude, people are fucking dirty. Like the day like the 7.1 patch or whatever came out, when they were making adjustments to things, someone just took the samurai segment and just, you know what? No, I didn't like it. I don't even know what I would search to find it. They edited to say Hisatsu Kaiten. Hisatsu Kaiten, and it said ability has been re-added back into the game after blah 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 blah, or whatever the normal way they write that stuff is. Drove me nuts. I was so pissed. Okay, what is this? Oh, it's 2 minutes long. What is this? Yoshi P. Man, that art was so cool. Potency increased from 280 to 3, 560 to 6. I love straight buffs across the board, because you know it's going to be a shit as difficulty dealing high levels of burst damage when compared to other tank jobs. They excel at maintaining high sustained damage even when handling battle mechanics by way of their ranged attack. Now it's not even available in 1984. Are you sure? Did we ever have a redeem called Compliment? Go do now Paladin. So I'm gonna be honest. The that Otis little play thing that we did. Yes. Yes, you did. Prove it. Go get me a screenshot. The Otis segment we did, Living Memory. that definitely made me go, oh, that armor looks really nice. Like seeing my character, seeing Cell in like a full plate armor set, I'm gonna be honest, it looked really good. Like I had a legit like, damn, that kind of works. I'm kind of digging it. But then I gotta go play a tank. Do I really want to play a tank? Who wants to play a tank? What's the fun of playing a tank? Slash. Sorry. So you look very dashing today. I know. I'm wearing the same shirt I always wear. You know, I thought about mixing it up one day and like going back to like an older outfit. I feel like it'd be weird to go back though. I feel like this shirt with me crying has kind of become the thing. I mean, every now and then I wear this because you get the like the little, you get the glitchy skin arm through the shirt, and you get the, what are they called? Stripe sleeves. Just level them on ally societies. Am I a bad person for calling them beast tribes still? Or am I just a boomer stuck in their ways? The same shirt as last time. Ooh. What if I start calling them Ass Quest? That'll get me to do it. That'll get me to change up my vocabulary. If I call them Ass Quest, it'll make me change it faster. Where do I find it? Societal relations. That was allied societies. No, I want to be able to call it Ass Quest. Ass. To quote my favorite enemy. Yeah, heck yeah. I fucking love this thing. This and the snake that's called Ass Piss are my favorite enemies in Dawn Trail. I don't have the Ass Piss snake. He's in this area though. But no, that's about it from the patch notes. I know Viper got hit with a wall that, from everything I've read from people that seem to understand Viper more than me, not the best changes. All I saw was something like Nash got taken away, which was meant to be a DOT that you kept up through constant management instead of just like Higanbano where you kind of pop it every 60 seconds. And I saw a lot of people complaining about that. I saw people saying Viper got really boring. Nash wasn't dot, it was 10% damage. Okay, my bad. I don't play Viper at all. It was a damage debuff to enemy like Reaper. Okay. Like, is it even worth trying Viper now because everything I've seen people talking about, it says it's kind of more brain dead now. Less buff management on a job that already has 2 to maintain. So it's like Monk. Monk has 2 to maintain, right? Like Monk has Monk has, oh, did they remove one of the Monk things? Hold on. Did they remove one of the Monk buffs? Demolish used to drop a modifier of some kind. Wow, I don't know how Monk even works now. Actually, there's more to the meters. Demolish was the DOT. Yeah, did they remove it? That sucks. That sucks. Boo. Stop. Like, stop. Stop doing that. Square. Oh my god. What do you mean? What do you mean? Jesus. That's a bummer. Well, that sucks. Oh well. I don't know if I'll ever go back to Monk then. Because I'm having too much fun with Sam. I might try Viper. It's fun and flashy. Nothing changed except less annoying to maintain buffs. I feel like I enjoy that annoyance though. Like I'm someone who enjoys positionals because positionals keep the game fun for me. I'm surprised I don't get more people in my comments asking me to stop moving as a samurai when I'm playing because I'm constantly running around the boss and jumping just because I don't know, it keeps the game from getting boring if I can just jump around and have to constantly be on the move. Viper has a good chunk of positionals. Okay. I might try it then. I know tomorrow I wanted to do EXing. Or EX trials. So tomorrow I wanted to just sit in Party Finder and we'll hang out and just run EXs. Shall we recommence the yap? We're still yapping. What do you mean? This is part of it. Yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, heck yeah. I love this stupid thing. But no, next week is the Moonfire Fair. So we'll be doing that. It starts on the 8th. So that's Thursday. I don't know if I'm going to do the quest. Yeah, I'll do the quest on stream. So Friday next week, we might just run really late. And honestly, I might just stream until we get to the top of the tower or it hits like 2 a.m. Whatever happens first. I might just stream until like 2 a.m. on the 9th. And see if we can climb up the tower finally. What are they giving us? Ooh, the Uchiwa Shoi. They get like a big fan. And then I assume these are tabletop lanterns. The emote's cool. I don't really care about the tabletop stuff, but I can at least take that part. That part's not bad. Anyway, can we watch the video I wanted to watch? It's been almost 3 hours and we haven't watched the video I wanted to watch I've wanted to watch this for like a month now. We just haven't gotten to it because we always talk about other things. Mega Washoi. Yeah, so all right, big nostalgia bomb incoming. Well, let me mute FF. 20 minutes, looks like a 3-hour excursion. It's a Yap stream. What do you want?
Do you ever think back to when video games were just simple?
Terrible game. Kingdom Hearts 1 is a bad game. I'm sorry. I know we're 16 seconds and I've already paused. We recently played Kingdom Hearts. It is easily a 4 out of 10 on the gameplay side of things. Maybe a 7 out of 10 on the story side. Yes, it has good music. That's all it has, though.
When games could just be games, and you could be an idiot 6-year-old who can't figure out how to get off the starting island in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, you actually you got to hit the tree to get the coconuts. The coconuts will fall down.
Hit it. Yeah. It feels like back then they could just make anything they wanted to. Studios took chances, building experiences that, while not perfect, were still iconic. And don't get it twisted, all right? I like the AAA games we're getting right now. I'm definitely not saying that video games aren't fun anymore.
They aren't fun anymore. No, am I reacting properly?
2 will win you over.
I'm sure it'll be good. Also, if anyone's curious, go subscribe to this guy. His name is Bisley Channel. Gonna be honest, I have binged everyone. Here, you know what? For posterity's sake, I have binged every channel or every video this guy has made. Like, I have watched every single thing except for his Baldur's Gate video. I watched his GTA rank, his horror game rank thing, or horror game thing, art of boss fights, his video game movies, stealth games. I've already seen this, so spoilers. And I've watched the Bioshock video twice now. I'm on like my third rewatch of it. It's super good. Go check out his content though. No. You're missing
I
out.
can't help looking back at all these older games.
I see Jack and Daxter.
Missing the charm that they all had, especially compared to now. They definitely weren't all fantastic, but when I look back at them, they all just seem so whimsical and wonderfully simple to me. And sure, you know, that opinion is probably largely shaped around nostalgia, and it's more likely I miss the simpler times in my life, which we'll talk about nostalgia more towards the end of the video, but I do mean this literally. I adore the simplicity of the games from this era. When I talk about a time when video games were simple, I think a different time period probably comes to each of our heads, right? For you, it might...
We gotta do Sly Cooper. Like, I didn't like Crash, right? Would I like Sly Cooper if I don't like Crash Bandicoot? And for anyone that doesn't know, we gave Crash like a proper shot. I played through the whole first game. I beat the whole first game before I went, I don't like it. But there is something to say about Crash keeping me playing that long. There is something to be like said about that. Crash is kind of mid, to be honest. I mean, it felt... Sorry if that came to the mic. Did not mean to burp. Crash just felt like it was too restrictive for its own good. And also it had a bunch of problems with like the precision platforming, where I would die to something because it's like Hurtbox spawned before the effect spawned, which is really annoying. Sly's good. I mean, it always looked cool. And it's from that era where I loved Ratchet and Clank, I loved Jack and Daxter, I love Spyro. You might. Sly 2 changes the entire gameplay and is much better. Okay. Compare Crash to Mario 64 and they're not even in the same ballpark. That's a good way to do it, honestly. Because Mario 64, we recently did a split control playthrough of that with a 16-star route. And that game's terrible. I'm sorry. Mario 64 has aged so poorly. It is just not good. But I think it's infinitely more engaging than Crash is. What? Yeah. I'm not... Mario 64 has aged poorly. Flim and I, we weren't laughing this hard about it on stream, but Flim and I, like, I forget who said it. I think I said it, and then he like refined it into exactly what I was trying to say. But it was the night before when we were testing, and we both were in tears for about 10 minutes laughing nonstop when we hit on the realization that Mario 64's problem is anytime you're moving, the game feels like wonderful. But if you try to do anything from a standstill. So anytime you're not moving, Mario 64 is the worst platformer that you could probably find. I think it's that bad. Because Mario at a standstill just doesn't handle well. He like slides around when you first try to move. He has this weird like input delay on certain moves that shouldn't have input delay. Like the side flip is unwieldy and feels inconsistent versus Sunshine, where you can just execute it perfectly every time. But if you're moving, Mario 64 doesn't feel that bad. It's whenever you're trying to do anything from a standstill that it just kind of falls apart. At least that's what we came to.
Be the PS1 or even the Atari if you're ancient and decaying. For me, I think of the
Couldn't
PS2
be me.
and just all those classic games from that console, like Kingdom Hearts, Jack and Daxter, Sly Cooper,
I love
Ratchet
Jack
and
and
Clank,
Daxter.
the weird game with the alien face on the cover that kind of freaked me out too much.
Oh
to
my
pick up.
god. Does anyone know? Does anyone else play Area 51? I saw this all the time in... Can I say where this rental... Like, can I say the name of this rental store? Will it dox me? It was like a family video thing. No, yeah, I can. This was a nationwide thing. Hold on. Hold on. Rental stars. Hold on. Yeah, okay, no. I rented games all the time from a place called Movie Gallery. I had to make sure it was really large that way so it wouldn't just be like a one state thing. I rented games all the time from a movie gallery place, or a place called Movie Gallery, and there was always like Area 51, but I never got it because I was always renting other than GameStop. See, GameStop. Why did GameStop never let you rent games? That's stupid. But no, I never saw this. I think Rich played it, and he always loved it.
The hundreds of stupid licensed games that came out around this time that were all just exactly the same, except that one. I loved that one. When every game didn't have to be a groundbreaking cinematic masterpiece, and it could just be a fun game. One aspect I really admire about those PS2 games is that they seem to prioritize gameplay and fun over anything. Whereas anymore, it seems gameplay gets sidelined by the cutscenes and the story.
You know, we talked about this with Monster Hunter, where I had a moment around, how old was I? Man, you guys are going to be able to figure out how old I am if I keep having these little anecdotes that I share with you guys. Around the time I was like 23 to like 26, I kind of just fell out of love with games and I just wasn't enjoying them as much. And call bullshit that the whole cutscenes are everywhere stigma didn't show up until MGS4. MGS4 was an outlier too. Because I love Metal Gear's, it may as well be a movie mentality. So I'm always up for, you know, Kojima just dumping a 72-minute cutscene in my lap. But for a while, I just fell out of love with games, and I didn't care about what was going on in the industry. Like, I didn't care about The Witcher 3. It's same mentality with like Cyberpunk. I saw Cyberpunk, and I was like, I just don't care. It doesn't look fun. It looks like it's prioritizing things that aren't it being a video game. Like, I don't want to play Cyberpunk. I don't want to play The Witcher 3. I don't want to play... I need to find games that came out around that time. Hold on. Let me find... when did Monster Hunter World come out? 2018? Like, what came out in 2016? Yeah, like, okay. Dishonored 2 came out. I didn't care about Dishonored. Dark Souls 3 came out, and I was already just kind of falling out of it with Dark Souls. I just wasn't really caring. Like, Battlefield 1 didn't have me like Battlefield 3 and 4 did. I didn't care about that. Like, even Doom wasn't grabbing me too much. I didn't really care about Doom. Like, here, hold on. Let me pull this up on screen real quick. Make sure I'm not going to like dox myself. Like, I didn't care about Uncharted that much anymore, mostly because I didn't have the console to play it. Like, I didn't want to play Deus Ex. Like, I didn't want to play really any of these. Like, none of these looked fun to me at all. And I kind of just fell out of love with gaming for a while. Like, I played Overwatch like crazy, but I pre-ordered No Man's Sky. We know how that turned out. So I've been a No Man's Sky player since day one. I've been there through all of the nightmare to it becoming really cool and good. Titanfall 2 was great. Like, I loved it, but I kind of was just falling out of love with video games for a while. And then Monster Hunter came out, and I gave it a shot just on a bit of a whim. And I've talked about it plenty of times, but seeing like the monster shove its head through a wall and the game not care and just let me continue to play and wail on it, it kind of made me realize like, oh, there are still big budget games being made that prioritize fun and prioritize enjoyment. I'm entering that phase, Peepo said. Yeah, it sucks when you can tell you're entering it, because it's like, what do you do with your hobby when nothing appeals to you anymore? And I'm gonna be honest. The way I dealt with it was I started playing a lot of older games and looking at what seemed to be the most creative. So around that time is when like Ori and the Blind Forest came out, I think. And Ori and the Blind Forest is probably like one of my favorite games of all time. I'm not super big on Ori and the Will of the Wisps, but I love Ori and the Blind Forest. And you save the day. Oh yeah. Like it's just the creativity was gone from so much that I started to look outside of my normal franchises and I started to find really cool games. Literally cured your depression. Honestly, same kind of. There was a period of open world plague that just saturated everything. Yeah, like around that time, the only games I was playing was Counter-Strike. I don't know why I said it like that. Counter-Strike, Grand Theft Auto 5, and that's like about it. I wasn't even playing COD anymore. I was already falling out of love with COD because like my new mistress was Counter-Strike. So I kind of fell over to that.
Gaming industry has changed a lot over the years, okay? It's not your grandpa's GameCube anymore. We got esports teams and VR chat twerk-offs now. The Last of Us is a phenomenal game series that tells a familiar yet strikingly unique story and has some of the best character writing I've ever seen in a video game. Due to some not-so-careful redactions, we learned that on their latest entry, The Last of Us Part 2, Naughty Dog spent $220 million over the course of 6 years to develop the game. To put that into perspective, they developed the first Crash Bandicoot game for $1.7 million.
Why did the Crash 1 cost that much? That's a lot of money back then. Holy shit. Hat in Time is a good game. Oh yeah. Hat in Time's another game that I was super into. There was one that I really wanted to know about that I never checked out. What was the Shadow of the Colossus game? That was it was like In the Wake of the Gods or something, and then Sony tried to sue them because their name was too close to what they like a thing they had from years ago or something. Oh my god. It was like a Kickstarter Shadow of the Colossus game. Pray for the Gods. That's what it was. This game. Pray for the Gods. I was following this for like 4 years. When did they start it? Is there a way to see like oldest update? Or do I just have to scroll all the way? What is this doing? 10 at a time? Okay, we can do this. How long was I following this? Hold on. 2016. Okay. I've heard of this game. I've heard that game is great. Never played it. I heard it was good, but it wasn't like perfect. But it doesn't need to be perfect. It's an indie game. But they raised a lot of money. They raised like $500K. And it looked cool. What's the trailer look like? Because early 3D was pricey. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Now they pushed the hardware real hard with a lot of the camera positions in Crash. It had to be locked or set to angle so it just wouldn't crash out. Ooh. Okay, where's the gameplay? Where's the gameplay? I want to see the Shadow of the Colossus gameplay. Why is Shadow of the Colossus not on PC, like, officially? Sony is ridiculous. I'm sorry. No, I don't know if I ever want to play this. Sony hates money. Yeah, they do. was a splendid yapping sesh, but I'll take my leave. Nighty night, people. Bye. Bye, Zen. Have a good night. But no, I don't like the problem with this is, and I don't mean anything towards the game with this, but when I see it, it's like I could just go play Shadow of the Colossus. Like I don't know. I don't like that that's my reaction, but that is my reaction. It's like I could go play Shadow of the Colossus. And I hate that that's my reaction because it's, you know, there's a lot of effort put into that game clearly, and I bet it's pretty good. And if it's not pretty good, like they still put in a lot of effort. Just look at Helldivers 2. Hey, let's release this game worldwide and get people hooked. Oh, you won't get on PSN, then we'll just stop selling it to you. Sony is ridiculous. I'm like, Sony is kind of stupid. I'm gonna be honest. I don't understand them. I don't get them.
With that $220 million, they delivered on these stunning, cutting-edge graphics, as well as creating a gripping narrative and overall impactful experience. But when you play these games, it becomes abundantly clear that The Last of Us does not embrace its identity as a video game at all. The gameplay loop consists of you walking around slowly, looking at everything like you're in a museum, maybe avoiding some mushroom zombies sometimes. And if you walk into an area with waist-height walls, you know some guys are gonna come out and try to shoot at you. The combat is passable at best, and over time just becomes a boring obstacle between you and the next cutscene.
I mean, I feel like you can make this argument about, I cannot believe I'm going to say this. I feel like you can make this argument towards Metal Gear Solid 4. I really do. Does that make Metal Gear 4 a bad, like, any worse of a game though?
It really is a shame, you know, because the world they've built is so beautiful to look at, but there's nothing to touch. I'm all for story in a game, but it should never take precedent over the actual gameplay. And hey,
I disagree. Because if as much as people like to rag on them, I'm sorry. I think Heavy Rain and Quantic Dreams games are cool. They're out there making something unique, and they're out there making something that a lot of other developers just don't try to do. I don't think that's a bad thing either. Oop, why am I so high up? Probably the only company more mismanaged than Sony is Nintendo, but Nintendo gets away with it. Yeah. Nintendo gets away with it because there's a lot of people that look at Nintendo and go, "You're my best friend, Nintendo." And Nintendo goes, "Please stop making fan games. We will sue you and ruin your life." I don't like Nintendo. If it wasn't clear, I'm not a fan of Nintendo on this stream. Game is the experience as a whole. You can't only hold value in the times when user input is being input. Yeah, that's what I like. It's there's value to the variety there of there being games where it is just an interactive movie, and then there's games where it is not an interactive movie.
I'm a problem solver, all right? I'm here to help you, Naughty Dog. I'm gonna tell you exactly what you have to do to fix this problem. You go through a couple of levels, you get us really hooked in, and then you give Ellie a fishtail, and you have her swim around and sing a really bad song with Ariel from The Little Mermaid.
And the song's got to be really, really bad. Really, it's got to be horrible.
No, you're right. You can't.
Did
do
that happen
okay?
in Kingdom Hearts? I don't remember us getting a song. I don't remember that at all. Did I zone out during that? I don't remember that at all.
It's a serious game with a serious tone. We don't
Kingdom
need
Hearts
to do
2?
any of
Okay.
that. You know, no game has ever retained its serious tone while breaking immersion slightly for the sake of fun. It's never been done. It's not going to happen. All right, bad example. I'm sorry. Let's look at the
Yakuza 0 is
Insomniac
so
Spider-Man
good.
games instead. You know, they're wacky and less based in realism. They had a phenomenal story, except for the third act of the second game. I'm still pretty mad about that. Peter should have been Venom. I'm standing on that business. And the gameplay here, oh my God, they got it perfect. They did it. They did what Naughty Dog couldn't do. Sometimes. I could web sling around the city all day, and they had their Little Mermaid moment with Venom and I guess Mary Jane now. That was all right. But what I want to talk to you about specifically or the mini games? You know, those little moments where it's like, oh, Peter's a scientist. Here's some scientist stuff. Match up these different colors and lines because he's a scientist. It's science stuff. Those have got to be the worst mini games ever made. And Insomniac knows it, because why else would they give you an option to skip them? It's all right, whatever.
Just get rid of minigames. That might be controversial, but like, I don't think a minigame has ever made me, like a complex minigame or like a custom minigame has made me engage with a moment more. Well, maybe one. I don't know if anyone's played Mafia 2. Mafia 2's lockpicking might be the best lockpicking in any game. And I know a lot of people like to... Is it Oblivion? Which Elder Scrolls game has like proper lockpicking? The minigames in FF7 were pretty good. I haven't played it, so I'll defer to anyone who's played it. Oblivion, yeah? Okay. So, like, because the lockpicking in Mafia 2 works like this. So, it's you just lift up the pin one at a time. And when it turns green, you hit a button and you set the pin. So it's simple, it's quick, it's not too complex, so it's easy to overthink it and mess it up, which leads to extra frustration because you know how simple it is. So when you're in the moment of needing to beat the minigame quickly, it's almost this little domino toppling if you mess up. Whereas with something like Fallout, I hate Fallout's lockpicking. I think Fallout's lockpicking is so annoying because I feel like I'm just throwing bobby pins at some of those locks with no method of testing, like, am I in the right spot? Let's try. And then I push it and the bobby pin goes like cooking, and now its durability is lower for no reason. So now I just have to deal with testing until I break a bobby pin and hope I find the right area on a very hard lock, instead of having a method to figure out where the right... I don't know if there's a way to do it without rotating the lock to see if you're in the right position with the bobby pin or not. I don't know. If there is, I wouldn't be surprised, but the game never explains that to you. Like, I hate Fallout's lockpicking. It's terrible.
Didn't come up that much in the first one. I can get over it. At least I got to skip them and move on. Maybe they'll take them out by the second one. Wrong. It's different this time. Now it's in 3D and you got to take out the bad shapes. It's worse. It's somehow so much worse in this one. And I know it's a relatively small problem to point out, but man, just situations like this just make me miss games like Sly Cooper that would put you in a submarine and say, there's crabs coming to steal the treasure. You have to shoot all the crabs and make sure they don't come get it. They didn't bother trying to make it make sense within the story. They just made something fun. I don't think every AAA game needs to be goofy, but I do think that video games are at their best when they embrace their identity as video games and deliver experiences only they can. It seems like they really want.
I feel like Monster Hunter does that while having that super serious tone. And also being big budget. Like Zora Magdaros feels like the equivalent of being put in that tiny little sub to me because of how absurdly just, man, this doesn't work, but they're going through with it anyway. Zora Magdaros kind of feels to me. But I don't know. That's just me.
Direction because these cinematic games have the most wide reach. They don't really want to risk it with something that might not appeal to everyone, right? We could never get an insane concept like Kingdom Hearts made today. The idea of taking these two insanely different franchises, Final Fantasy, a JRPG series, and the Disney multiverse, and mashing them together in some big world-hopping adventure led by a character nobody's ever heard of. That is just not something we would get today. And do you know how this idea came to be? Well, apparently back in
this guy feels like he skips every cutscene. So an FF14 player.
In the 90s, Square Enix and Disney both had offices in the same building. And one fateful day, an employee from Square Enix and an employee from Disney just so happened to end up in the same elevator. And they got to talking and they were like, hello, Disney employee I just met. Wouldn't it be cool to mash up our universes together and then send some kid around them beating everything up with a key?
Was this ever
That,
proven to be
kids, is
true?
how Kingdom Hearts came to be. I read it on nextshark.com, so you know it's true. If there ever was a video game that embraced its identity as a video game, it is goddamn Kingdom Hearts. This game makes no sense, but is so much fun. Why the hell is Cloud from Final Fantasy making a deal with Hades and fighting in the hero games on Olympus? I don't know, who cares? I'm Sora and I'm gonna hit this big dog with a key I found. When you travel...
You know what? Okay, I'll give Kingdom Hearts this. That is what it feels like. Kingdom Hearts really did feel like that. Did we just get like, booted again for inactivity? How? I've been here. I've been clicking on my screen. Stop it, FF. But that is what Kingdom Hearts feels like. It feels like the story didn't matter at all. And it was just a gameplay. Just a gameplay. Just the gameplay. Granted, gameplay wasn't very good, but you have to move. Never played Kingdom Hearts. Half tempted to get them on Steam. Go ahead. Try them. Just, there's no shame in popping open the old cheat engine and doing some off-screen grinding. If you feel like the game is getting too hard. I'm going to be honest. As someone who streamed it, highly recommend that. KH2 fine-tune the gameplay to a razor point. I hope so. I really hope so. Because boy, it was rough in KH1.
Between the different Disney worlds in Kingdom Hearts, sometimes the art style, the character designs, and even entire gameplay mechanics will change based on where you go. I keep referencing the Little Mermaid level in Kingdom Hearts because genuinely when I played this, it was so mind-blowing to me. I love that even at a point so deep into this game, they were still willing to change the fundamental mechanics of how you play it just to keep things fresh. And don't even get me started on the goddamn Gumi ship. I don't know if
Best
it's
part of the
Gumi or
game.
Gummy, I've been saying Gumi. When I first played it, it was kind of annoying at first. I was thinking,
No,
why
it's
am I
great
doing
right
this?
away.
But now anymore, I'm traveling between the worlds and I'm up in the Gumi ship. I'm just shooting stuff. Why the hell do they need a spaceship to get between the Disney worlds? I don't know why they thought they needed a spaceship, but it was awesome. And it was the Gumi ship, and shut the fuck up. I'm not entirely...
Are they loading during the gummy ship segment? I never thought about it. But is it a hidden loading screen? Because I feel like it loads after the gummy ship segment. Why does it exist, actually? Is there like a documented reason for them to implement the gummy ship? Is there a known internal dev doc or something or interview where they're like, yeah, we made it because of X reason? One of the developers went home and played Star Fox and was like, this is fun. We should make our own Star Fox. Why does the gummy ship... It couldn't say. No, it's during the black screen. That's what I mean. Okay, I don't want to know... No, I don't want to know in universe. Oh my god. Well, these are spoilers. I'm going to stop reading that. Couldn't say. They had to keep the interns busy. You see the heart spinning in the corner. If it was a loading screen, they wouldn't let you warp between levels. Yeah, like what's the point of it then?
Sure if this is the case, but it really seems to me like when games were cheaper to make, studios were willing to make pretty much anything and just throw it out there. And listen, I was eating it up. I loved sitting down crisscross applesauce on the floor of a GameStop, just going through the wall of so many different PS2 games, picking out insane shit like Marvel Nemesis, Rise of the Imperfects. I feel like I dreamed this. Sure, they were goofy and didn't exactly maximize profit, but
I'm sorry, Jack and Daxter's top tier, perfect series that could do no wrong.
does that mean they weren't worth making? I guess where AAA's concerned, it's just always going to be about the money. And if you want a passionate game developer, you look to the indie games. There's got to be some video essay YouTuber to indie game pipeline, because I was never really that into indie games, but recently I played Hades and Rollerdrome, and it was some of the most fun I've had playing games in a long time. While it seems the games that prioritize fun overall are only coming from indie developers anymore, there is a genre of game that was lost to time completely, and that, my friends, is the shitty licensed games. This has got to be the greatest loss in my
Why not?
lifetime.
Man, I wish we
Those
got these
shitty
still.
Early 2000s movie tie-in licensed games that came with every mildly successful property. If there was a cartoon you liked in the early 2000s, tie-in game. If there was a movie you kind of enjoyed, tie-in game. Look up any franchise that had moderate success in this
No.
time period and add the
We
game
talked about
at the
this.
end, and you're probably gonna get something. It would be impossible.
That's
to
the
count
same
how
level
many
we
there
looked at
were,
on
and
stream,
they were
too.
all bad, but I loved them anyway. Like the Cat in the Hat movie tie-in game. What a beautiful nightmare
Nope.
that was. Give me a bottle of Dayquil and the Cat in the Hat PS2 game, and I'm having a great week. If you've ever played one of these games before, you've probably seen this little intro screen.
THQ.
Didn't
THQ was
THQ go
responsible
bankrupt?
for not all, but a lot of these tie-in games. It seemed their business model was to buy up the license for a mildly successful property, pump out a cheap, easy game, and launch it right when that movie or TV
did,
show
yeah,
was
like around
peaking in popularity,
2017,
so that they could
I
feed
think.
off of that hype. And clearly it worked, because in the span of a couple of years, they released literal
Jesus
hundreds of games. They hit the cartoons hard. They got Jimmy Neutron, Scooby-Doo, so much SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, Tack and the mother-fudging Power of Juju.
Hey,
This
okay,
was a
Tack was
banger.
good.
Rugrats, Teen Titans, Barnyard, Danny Phantom, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Seriously, so much SpongeBob.
Wait, Tack started as a game first, and then they made, what, 2 seasons of an animated show, and then it disappeared. We would need actually good franchises to get tie-in games. Give me a Deadpool tie-in game. I'm sure that would be well received. Capcom's Disney licensed games on NES were godlike. Yeah, isn't the Aladdin game on the NES Capcom or SNES? Tack was a tie-in? I don't think it was. I think it was a game IP first. There was a Deadpool game. No. Hold on. Okay, hold on. When I said Deadpool, I mean give me a Ryan Reynolds Deadpool license game. Not the Deadpool that was pulled off of digital shelves that you can't buy anymore. DuckTales, Tailspin Rescue Rangers. Oh my god. I love the moon theme, but I love this video so much. Oh my god. Dear God, don't tell me it was 4+ years ago. Yeah, the Deadpool game was like a long time ago. Sorry, Zyro. Deadpool game release. I think it was like 2014. 2013, June 25th. The Deadpool game was a long time ago. It came out a year after Lollipop Chainsaw. Yeah, absolutely. There's a new Marvel Overwatch style game, Marvel Rivals. Deadpool might be in it. Yeah, but is it going to be good, or is it going to be like Kill the Justice League and be kind of meh? Sometimes you just got to send a frog to space, I guess. I'm just going to sob into a pillow for the next while. It's fine. I don't feel ancient.
And they hit the movies too. Cars, The Incredibles, Ratatouille, Wall-E.
Okay. That first Cars movie or Cars video game is so much fun.
Star Wars Wars under their belt, and episode 3 was a slapper. These guys dominated the licensed tie-in games, and eventually they just stopped. I was looking around the internet trying to figure out why they stopped. You know, where did these go? And everything I found kind of suggested that they didn't stop making them, but they moved over to the more profitable sector of the video game market, the mobile games.
Hey, just was wondering, is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke?
Where's my... Hold on. Where'd my candy go? I need sugar. Hold on. It looks crazy good. There's gameplay and everything. For the Cars game?
No. And you know what? They were probably right to do so. Even I ended up spending money in Family Guy The Quest.
Man, I still feel bad about the people on stage during that BlizzCon when they were like, do you guys not have phones? Like, man, I feel so bad for them. That was ridiculous.
For stuff. I wanted to build my co-hug.
I don't. I do, because I feel like they were, like, some of them were in on it. But they're in the middle of a presentation. So, like, ugh. Yeah, they did. They didn't read the room. I don't think it's that easy, though. What's the alternative? Because if they're not allowed to explain, like, be like, Diablo 4 is coming, guys. I guess what I'm asking is, were the people on stage confirmed to be people that were not just, you know, like announcers that were told, hey, you have to go out there and say this stupid shit? Also, hi, Storm. Welcome in. As an ex-Diablo fan, they deserved what they got. As a huge fan of Diablo series, the last thing the fans wanted was a mobile game. Oh, I'm aware.
To look cool. Holy fuck. There were a lot of these games, and most of them were bad. But for every 100 shitty cookie cutter games, there was one gem. Odds are, if you had a PS2, you probably played The Simpsons Hit and Run, which by all means should have just been another shitty tie-in.
No, it's great.
Series of shitty tie-ins, but this one just so happened to be amazing. It was a GTA clone that was like better than GTA. In fact, it did the multiple characters, the character switching before GTA 5 did it. That means The Simpsons predicted GTA 5. It is time to write another Kotaku article. Some of my personal favorites were The Matrix Path of Neo. I don't know why I liked this. I'd never...
They doubled down with don't you guys have phone? They don't get to be sympathetic. I guess I'm just being too nice. They also had been teasing a new game for about 1.5 years and said there would be news about it, and then everyone got excited, hyped for money-grabbing mobile game. Oh, no, I understand the backlash. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I feel bad if they were put in a position where they were telling their superiors, hey, people aren't going to like this, and being told in response, I don't care, do your fucking job. Go out there and make everybody hate you. I feel bad about them being put in that possible scenario. The backlash I don't feel bad about. If that was true, then maybe. Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just trying to have a little bit of empathy for like the human up on that stage. Not the company. Fuck Blizzard. Blizzard's terrible.
Seen The Matrix? I just really was drawn to this game because it made me feel like insane. I don't know how to describe it. I loved the Star Wars Episode 3 tie-in game because it had this cool alternate ending, and I was obsessed with this fight on Mustafar between Anakin and Obi-Wan, and so being able to do that and get a different result just like blew my little mind. And obviously, Spider-Man 2. I think a lot of people forget this was a movie tie-in game, and even this one had great minigames, the most iconic minigame where you go around delivering pizzas with that insane music playing. I
love the Spider-Man 2 PS2 swinging.
Colors. A licensed tie-in game that a lot of people liked was SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, and I know a lot of people like this one because it got a big fat ring. We've established that the game studios are in this for the money, right? And it's safe to assume that they want the safest bets for their money, the most revenue with the least risk. No brainer. Why don't they just take things people already like and do it again, but like make it pretty? Personally, I think this aversion to risk is absolutely doing damage to the industry, but what do I know? I'm just a guy, and clearly the numbers say otherwise. But
He's not wrong. It is, at least on a above indie level, it is doing damage to the industry because there's nothing new coming out. It's just rehashes and remakes and safe bets, and nothing interesting gets made anymore. And no, I don't think I'm being, what's the word? What's the word I want? Like pessimistic. I think I'm just being realistic. They seemed more shocked than nervous walking into a minefield. Like, wait, you guys don't want to get screwed? I would disagree. How so? Armored Core 6 could have been yet another Souls game. Well, there are exceptions, obviously. FromSoft isn't the type of studio to do remasters. Like, there are obviously exceptions. Let me put it this way. Western developers aren't taking risks anymore. Baldur's Gate 3 is literally based in D&D, a market that traditionally never sells well. Baldur's Gate 3 was a miracle game. I'm not trying to like hit you with gotchas. Baldur's Gate 3 was a miracle game based on Larian not going bankrupt after Divinity Original Sin and DOS 2. Or no, DOS and Baldur's Gate 2. Because DOS 2 sold so goddamn well via their crowdfunding. And everything after the crowdfunding. Like, Baldur's Gate 3 will not happen again anytime soon. Just because of all of the stars that aligned. Like, I hear what you're saying, but I feel like those are exceptions.
I think in all of this, the consumer is not blameless. It is me. I'm the consumer. They're only gonna do something if they know we're gonna buy it. And oh man, am I gonna buy it. I've been loving the remakes lately, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really think we needed 5 iterations of the 2 Last of Us games, but for example, like Resident Evil 4 remake or the Dead Space remake, or some of my favorite games in 2023. They may have been remakes, yes, rehashing old ideas, but I felt like in those 2 examples specifically, they expanded the game.
I'll concede that remakes are hot right now, but I wouldn't say they're completely risk-free. That's fair. Yeah, they're not like, there are risks to them. I just think they're low risk. And it won't sell well again because Wizards of the Coast are morons. Hasbro are fucking brain dead. I don't know what happened. Like, they ruined, gotta circle back to MLP. They just ran MLP into the ground. And then after MLP, I don't know if they just been in this weird search for that kind of hot ticket again, like they had with MLP, but everything they've touched, they've run it into the ground as hard and fast as possible. And Larian told them, like, we're not making the next Baldur's Gate for you guys. And then they came out and said, we will find another company. Don't worry, guys. More Baldur's Gate is on the way. And then everybody who cares about Baldur's Gate understood the reason it was good was Larian, and they went, no, you won't. We're not going to buy it. Larian's going to make something cool, and we're going to go play that. So, good luck, Hasbro. Godspeed.
Systems and made changes that honestly.
Also, Wizards of the Coast are also morons. I'm not excluding them. I just don't know enough about them except for surface level stuff I've heard, and they sound like idiots.
Justified a remake. In Dead Space alone, the zero gravity overhaul was game-changing, as well as a voice protagonist where there wasn't one before. So they're not just throwing stuff out, you know, they actually do seem to care about some of these games. The Resident Evil 4 remake was a breath of fresh air for me because I got the quality of life from a AAA game, but the goofy, campy fun from a PS2 game. The graphics were stunning and the gameplay was tight and well optimized, and I also got to go up to the shady weapons dealer and buy a rocket launcher to just shoot the final boss with. I just cheesed the entire fight, and the game let me because it was more fun that way. The simplicity that I had been missing.
That's the type of stuff that I feel like AAA games are missing. Little things like that is just, fuck it, let the player have fun. Like in Ratchet and Clank Future, no, was it? Yeah, Ratchet and Clank Future Tools of Destruction. There was a grenade called like a Groovatron that you would throw out, and it would just make every enemy on screen, no matter who they were, start dancing, and then you could just shoot them. It was just fun. It was super overpowered. It was really OP, but it was very fun.
Was right there, and I loved every second of it. To me, this trend of remakes is proof that I'm not alone in missing a time when video games were simple. And it's also proof that nostalgia can and will be weaponized at any moment possible, and memories are only good if they are profitable. I am happy that younger generations and just more people in general get to experience these games that I loved as a kid and see why for themselves. And also I'm happy that we get to experience these games in ultra-realistic graphics, 4K huevos shrinking technology, only playable with the Gigafart 8500 graphics.
Oh man, that Xbox 720 ball.
PC to play this game. I can appreciate good graphics.
Oh my
I
god.
really like when a game looks pretty, but I think this looks better than this, and this looks better than this. Technically, this has higher resolution and better lighting, but this has a better art direction. High resolution textures and pretty lighting are always going to be outshined by inspired art direction, creativity, and a focus on atmosphere. This isn't something that's gone from modern gaming. In fact,
agreed.
a lot of recent
Like,
games have left my jaw
Ori and the Blind Forest will forever be a more beautiful game to me than, I don't know, pick a photorealistic game.
on the floor because they're so beautiful. Bloodborne, and Bloodborne. Holy shit, Bloodborne. But I think it was more common to focus on art direction back then because they were limited. They couldn't make a realistic looking game. They had to do something unique. Even the games shooting for a realistic approach could not pull off realism. I mean, that is not realism, but still.
San Andreas is
A phrase
beautiful.
I really like and I've used before in one of these videos is that limitation breeds creativity. Trying to make a game back on the PS2, I imagine, was extremely limiting, but
The fact that Okami was a PS2 game, I'm gonna be kind of boggles my mind. Just, how was Okami a PS2 game? I feel like Okami's got too much going on to be a PS2 game. It's ridiculous.
it made them so creative, making these incredibly unique looking games. I often find that when creating something and you run into a problem, that solution that you come up with to the
Breath of Fire 4 was a PS1 game. What is that? I would love Larry to make a sci-fi game. You spell sci-fi like that, I see sci-fi. They fired all the people who loved what they were doing. Are you talking about Wizard of the Coast? What is Breath of Fire 1? Oh. A long play. Let's look at this. Oh. Oh, it's got animated openings too. This would have gotten me hype as a kid. Yeah, this would have gotten me excited. Okay, what's the gameplay look like? Oh, this looks really pretty. Well, I feel like this isn't like a good area though. Like this is pretty, but it's dark. Hold on. Let me find like a bright area. Everything's brown. Like a bright area that's not. There we go. This is cool. Breath of Fire is Capcom's attempt at Final Fantasy. Well, I think I can understand who came out on top of this then. Wow, this is like ancient. These text boxes and everything. Holy shit. What's the battle music sound like? Not bad. This is cool. What is that song called? I actually really like that song. Oh man, the camera rotation's like weird though. Oh, it has random battles? Yeah, I wouldn't play this. This would drive me up a wall. No thanks. No, I couldn't deal with that. I do like this song, though. This song's very pretty. Breath of Fire 2, 3, and 4 are so good, and 5 did terribly, so Capcom abandoned it.
Leads to an infinitely more interesting and unique final product. Like I said, we still get a lot of stunning games coming out lately, but I feel like now with the ability to actually create games that, while not perfectly realistic, look pretty damn real, that becomes the only focus, is making a game that looks realistic, not one that is creative in its visuals. In a lot of ways, I miss those older games that we used to get, but I'm also glad for all the games that we get now. Like Ghost of Tsushima is one of my favorite games of all time.
Still need to play that.
Baldur's Gate 3, which I made an entire video on, you should go watch it, was a phenomenal experience. Compare that to the PS2 Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2, and it's no contest there. The only reason I might want to pick up and play Dark Alliance 2 is because I miss playing it with my dad when I was a kid. I used to live in this big greenhouse right on the corner lot and had a baseball field right across the street. I think the house used to be a church. It was definitely haunted. I was 8 years old when that house caught fire. I remember I was watching SpongeBob and I walked into the kitchen and I saw these crazy flames up all over the place. Long story short, the house got completely ruined and my dad got hurt pretty bad. But he recovered fine. They just took some skin from his butt and put it on his hand. I call it his butt hand. This house though was mostly ruined and the property had a separate garage, like a barn kind of thing. And that garage had an attic. Well, my dad decided that we were gonna fix up the house ourselves and live up in that attic. Him and I shared this airbed up there, and right next to it was a projector that I had hooked up my PlayStation 2 and my original Xbox to. During the day, I'd obviously go to school, and then when I got home, I'd help him build however I could. You know, there wasn't much I could do. I was 8, but I remember doing things like helping him put up the ceiling or chip away at the old stone slate in the fireplace. And when we were done for the day, I would go up and play on that PS2 non-stop. Not to get into too much detail, I'm just some guy on the internet. You don't know me. But I was having a hard time. Something about swinging around the city in Spider-Man 2 just made it all melt away, you know? I wasn't Zach with all this stress and all these problems I didn't understand. I was Spider-Man. I can only imagine how my dad felt at the time, but he always seemed happy when him and I were playing a video game together. He was just watching me play one, but we had a ton of fun and we would just laugh and hang out together playing Halo 2 on the Xbox, just going through the campaign. And it was in moments like that where it really felt like everything melted away. It didn't feel like we had just lost everything. You know, it felt like we had everything that we could ever need. And it's funny, now sometimes just hearing that PS2 sound, I'm back up in the attic with my dad. Nostalgia is a funny thing that can make you look back fondly on things that might not have been so great, but were somehow perfect in their own way. And escapism through simple pleasures like video games will always be important. I think we all have that game or just media in general that was able to give us a break from a hard time in our lives and made us hold on to that experience forever. And so now we judge that media by what it did for us rather than what it actually is. I'd love to hear if there was anything like that that stuck with you, you know, either in a comment or send it to my email at this point. I don't care. I can't promise I'll get back to you, but if you want to, shoot me an email. I might see it. Thank you so much for over 100,000 subscribers.
That was good. No, like, I mean, I had games like that where, like, I would come home from school and play Jack and Daxter in the middle of a lot of my bullshit that was going on.
So that's good.
Like if it wasn't Jack and Daxter, it was, I would come home and I'd play Metal Gear Solid 4, like, nonstop. And then if it wasn't MGS4, it was like a Little Big Planet 1. Chrono Trigger's the best game ever. I'm not biased. I mean, it looks pretty damn good from everything I've seen. But go check out Bisley channel, though. Seriously, go watch this BioShock video that he made. This BioShock video is actually really crazy. You know what? Let me see if I can find the scene that made us all, like, has made everyone go, okay, how'd you do this?
caused their minds and bodies to become twisted beyond repair. Now, there are a couple.
Oh, where is it? Is it here?
Up until this point.
Yeah, okay. I don't know how he did this, but there's a wrench in the game, and then he reaches down and he picks up a real wrench.
We've been defenseless, only capable of processing our surroundings.
And it's great. It's such a good, smooth transition on this stupid pipe wrench. I don't know where the blend is. I tried to go frame by frame with Flim off stream, and we were trying to figure out like where the shadows stop interacting and then start interacting with everything. But it's such a good transition. We can't figure out if the wrench is fake the whole time until he touches it, or if it's real from the moment the shot starts. Chrono Trigger's awesome.
This does a lot in establishing a
There's a remake of it, right?
fear of
If it gets rid of the random battles, I would be up for trying out Chrono Trigger at some point. But it would have to get rid of the random battles and things. So I'm not a fan of that stuff. Like, at all. Steam port, not remake. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if I'd be into it then. That's a hard sell. There are no random battles, but there are spots on the map that trigger encounters. I don't know if I'd like that then. I don't know. Did we actually talk about everything I wanted to talk about today? Squid Game, patch notes, old games react. Oh my god, we did. We actually got through all of the stream. For once. It happened. We did it. That never happens. Oh my god. Well, if you know where to walk, you can walk around it. Is it clear where you can walk to just avoid it? Because if you can, that sounds nice. Sometimes? Okay. Alright. Well. I think we're going to wrap here. And tomorrow we will finish Dawn Trail. And if we have time, we'll do EXs. Or we'll get to the Arcadian raids. You know what? Never mind. So I really want to get to the Arcadian raids. Heard that Legacy of Kain's getting a remake, possibly, if anyone is interested. I've never played Legacy of Kain. Heard of it. But every time I saw it, this is going to be so annoying to Legacy of Kain people. Every time I saw Legacy of Kain, I would go, but I don't like wrestling. Because I would always think that it was talking about the WWE wrestler Kain. It's a collaboration effort of Squaresoft Dragon Quest during their golden age with Akira Toriyama's design. No, I know like how much came together to make Chrono Trigger apparently super good. I just haven't ever played it. It's just something that I completely missed. But all right, guys, I'm tired. I haven't eaten since like 5, since we started stream, really. So I'm gonna go eat. It's like midnight almost. I'm gonna go eat something. I'll see you all tomorrow for the end of Dawn Trail. Appreciate you all though. Bye. Love you guys. Bye. Damn, go get food. That's how I always stream. Starving.